It's the Orioles on Masson, and we welcome you back for the night part of this three-game set against the Minnesota Twins, with the Orioles coming away with the victory, moving up to 3-1 on the season, and a gorgeous evening, if a bit cool, here at Camden Yards tonight. And will we see baseball history? That's what everybody's going to be watching for tonight. In game number 5, can Chris Davis become the only Major League Baseball player to have 5 home runs in 5 games opening up a season? Well, we are about to find out. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne, and welcome. Great to have you with us here at Camden Yards. You need a laundry list when you start talking about what Chris Davis is doing at the start of this season. It is more than just the long ball, but it is the long ball first and foremost. He started it out, of course, in Tampa Bay in the opening series there. He has had a home run in all 4 of the ball games, and the grand slam on that pitch he saw yesterday after a batter before him, 2 before him, had been intentionally walked. Davis got to the plate, and no mistake about it, he took it the other way. He's had more RBIs than 17 Major League teams right now. His highest RBI total through the team's first 4 games in MLB history. He's the first player with a home run and 3 RBIs in 4 straight games since 1937 when Bill Dickey did it. Go-ahead RBIs, 7 extra base hits, both most in the major leagues, and more RBIs than any 2 players combined. And on and on. And on, Jim Palmer.
Well, you know, that's a great way. On and on and on, because you got Adam Jones hitting in front of him. He's hitting .529. You got Wieters hitting behind him, at least not in a lot of the games, hitting .429. The amazing thing about the 16 RBIs, Mike Morris of the Seattle Mariners was with the Nationals last year. He's got 4 home runs, but he's got 6 RBIs. And the closest competitor in the American League, we saw how well Ben Zobrist of the Rays is swinging the bat. He's got 7 RBIs. So it's not only that, but if you get people on them and then you protect them behind them, it is really tough to pitch around them, and that's really been the key. There was no place to put him. Tyler Robertson comes in. Not a real good pitch as far as Ron Gardenhire manages the Twins, 86-mile-per-hour fastball. And the amazing thing is you could throw with both hands if you hit it, because he's hitting righties and lefties.
And before the game, I talked with Chris just for a moment. I said, you got to be loving this. This is what you dreamed of as a kid, playing out back by yourself, throwing the ball up in the air and hitting it, home runs, RBIs, leading everybody. And he just smiled, and he is smiling, and he said, you're darn right. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm enjoying what's going on right now.
Well, he is. And, I think, one of the big question marks, the Orioles go from 69 wins to 93. He leads the team. I mean, Adam Jones had a great year with 32 home runs, but he had 33 home runs. Can he do it again? Now, I don't know if he can keep up this pace. But again, like I told him today, nice start.
If he keeps up this pace, we're going to have a lot of baseball history made. All right, the Orioles take the field. Game 2, obviously, for the Orioles, a victory here, and they will wrap up their second series win. Baseball on Masson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. Clear skies and a little breeze blowing. Let's take a look at our train game time temperature. 54 to start. Humidity at 28, very low, and the winds will be blowing a bit out towards center and right. Train is celebrating its 100th anniversary by offering irresistible financing. It's hard to stop a train really hard. Here at Camden Yards, let's take a look at the lineup for the Twins in the ball game tonight. It'll be Hicks, Mauer, and Willingham, Morneau, Domet, and Plouffe, Parmalee, Dozier, Florimon, who did not start in the ball game yesterday, and there are Morneau's numbers so far.
And they will face the 24-year-old right-hander Chris Tillman, first inning Blues. Again, last year 9-3 record, but did have trouble. ERA almost twice as much in the first inning, close to 5 runs a game, and then when he gets out of the first, things seem to straighten out. He is maturing. He'll be 25. You know, last year, as he did this year, worked out with Brady Anderson, much stronger. And again, Twink has yet to beat the Twins. Only had 2 bad outings all last year, and one of them was against the Twins, where he gave up 7 runs in 2/3 of an inning. So again, a good pitcher. Was bothered by ab problems. Had an abdominal pull that kind of set him back, but seems to be healthy at this juncture of the year for his first start. Yeah,
a very important start for Chris and for the Orioles, Jim, to see for him to see whether or not the corrections he's tried to make in his delivery will work, and for the Orioles to see whether he's going to earn that spot in the rotation. Yeah,
again, he only had about 4 innings in against major league talent. A lot of it was in AAA ball games and simulated games and whatever. So he worked so hard. The ab problem did slow him down, but again, last year threw the ball so much better. Will show you numbers than in previous years.
So he's ready to go, and the youngster Aaron Hicks, who's making the start in center field for the Twins this season, will come to the plate. He had an 0 for 5 in the ball game yesterday. He'll take the pitch inside for a ball. Hicks, with a great speed, will draw up. Manny Machado in at third base. He could fly. 1-0 delivery to him. That'll be taken inside as well, and Tillman with a 2-0 count. What Jim was talking about, first inning is vital. This is where he has struggled. If he gets through the first inning, the rest of the way really looks good. But the first, an ERA of almost 5. 2-0 pitch. That ball in the air to center field. Jones. Window.
Yeah, take a look at the Oriole defense, and it's a good one. Again, 3 Gold Glovers. McLeod, Jones has won a couple. Markakis, a Gold Glove in right field. Machado can really pick it at third base. J.J. Hardy won his first Gold Glove of his career. Flaherty, because Brian Roberts with the hamstring ligament problems on the DL. Davis, well, he can field, but we know about his hitting. And then a couple of Gold Gloves behind the plate for the Orioles, and Matt Wieters.
And here is Joe Mauer. Mauer opened up with an 0 for 5 in the ball game yesterday. There are the numbers so far this season, with the 4 for 18. Looking for the first long ball as he continues to take the ball to left field, as he always does. And the pitch is in there for a strike by Tillman. Here's what we've been talking about, that first inning. Opponent batting average 328. Second inning on, I mean, it's a completely different story, with that ERA and the opponent batting average really dropping. Here's the 0-2 delivery, and the fastball will be taken up high, and the count goes to 1-2.
Yeah, and the good fortune for him is didn't make a very good pitch 2-0 to Hicks, but he lined it right at Adam Jones in center. So now all of a sudden, so how do you deal with this? You get a hitter up in the bullpen. Maybe you throw a couple of extra pitches. They're certainly aware of it. And there's a perfect pitch. Yep.
Tillman will get the strikeout, 2 down.
But again, his velocity just went up in general because of the workout. His windup's a lot better. One of the keys is his front side, and right there he's able to stay closed long enough to hit that outside corner.
2 things that he has worked on, that Buck Showalter talked about before the game. I said, what do we look for? Buck Showalter said, watch where he stands on the mound. He's moved over towards the third base side. Secondly, he's standing looking in at the hitter sideways. He's not the frontal look with that full windup. He's gone to that half windup, and they think that is doing what you're talking about, Jim, correcting some of the mistakes he had.
Well, Rick Adair, and you're looking at him right there, the Oriole pitching coach talks about how important, what your what your posture is, what your rhythm is, again, what your direction is. So, again, he's 6'5", Gary, so he's got tremendous leverage. It almost looks like a stretch position with runners on. So the key is right there, and you can see that little recoil. That means he's going left, and when he's really at his game, he's a little more direct to home plate.
0-2 delivery on the way, and that will be taken by Willingham. Willingham had a 2 for 5 in the opener of this series, continuing his numbers against the Orioles. He's a .358 career hitter lifetime against the Orioles, which happens to be the 4th best average against the O's active.
Oh, you can see right there, slider, curveball, and when you look at Jake Arrieta or you look at Chris Tillman, a lot of times you mistake their sliders for cutters, and they're similar, but the cutter can give you bad windup problems. So there's a nice breaking ball right there. And the cutter, what happens is sometimes whether you're Tillman or you're Arrieta, you start falling off. So for Chris, again, the work ethic is so much better, and a lot of it wasn't that he didn't want to work hard. I think that's what Brady Anderson has brought to this ball club, getting these guys in really good shape, and they can just go out and compete.
Rick Showalter said how much Tillman did on his own, working to get better, and it's worked here. So he gets through what has always been a tough first inning, does so with a couple of strikeouts. Orioles lineup coming up. One, two, three. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Orioles, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. McLouth, Machado, Markakis, Jones, Davis, and Wieters, Hardy, Flaherty, and Reimold. Chris Davis with the unbelievable start, looking to make baseball history if he can get another dinger here tonight.
And our scouting report on Vance Worley. Well, he's healthy. Had operation in September. Bone chips all last year after going 11-3 in 2011. Quick starter, pitches very, very well in April. Very low ERA, under 3 runs a game, and then 15-8 when pitching at night. And this is a guy, because of his pitchability, again, doesn't have a lot of wow factor, doesn't throw 95. You don't want to take him lightly.
Worley's ready to go. They were real pleased with his performance against the Tigers, even though they lost. He only gave up 3 runs and 8 hits over 6 innings with a walk and 3 strikeouts. He left trailing in the ball game 3-1, his first ever opening day start, coming over from the Phillies. And the pitch will miss up high. Nate McLouth leading it off for the Orioles. Nate has 2 for 5 in the first game and has a 3-game hit streak coming into this ball game. He'll bring Plouffe in at third base, even with the bag. 1-1. No play.
Yeah, again, the radar gun is going to be about 87 to maybe 90 for Worley. And one thing he had faced, it was 35 degrees with about 17, 18 mile per hour winds. And then he pitched against Justin Verlander. There's his pitching coach, Rick Anderson, said it took about maybe 3-4 starts, and then all of a sudden got a lot better this spring.
And Foul ball's put in the air to right center field. It's going back near the warning track, and it will be hauled in. Parmalee over to get it, and McLouth is retired.
Now there's their defense, Willingham, Hicks, and Parmalee. So Aaron Hicks is going to have to help his respective outfielders run some balls down. Plouffe, Pedro Florman in the lineup. Dozier with 3 RBIs. Morneau, former MVP, over at first, and then Joe Mauer, who can do pretty much everything: hit, throw, catch behind the plate for the Twins.
Manny Machado, the Oriole third baseman, a 1 for 4, a couple of RBIs in the opener of the series, and he will take that for a strike. The Orioles come in having won their last 2 ball games. They have really beaten up on the Twins of late. They have won 6 of the last 7 against Minnesota here in Baltimore. And the pitch is taken down low. These Twins, it's been a long time for them since they've won a ball game here. Their last win here in Baltimore was April of 2011. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Showalter hope it stays that way. Ground ball and a base hit off the glove of Dozier. Going the other way with it. Parmalee on to get it, and Manny Machado was on with a single.
Take a look at Vance Worley, his pitch selection. You can see right there, and again, the numbers on the left, that's with a healthy elbow. The ones on the right with bone chips, which he had removed. So you can see this is how you win when you look at the left numbers, how you go 11-3. And on the right, when you're not making the quality pitches, and we saw one right there, a curveball that stayed up enough so Manny was able to get to it.
And the Jeep inside the numbers. Jeep in the unique brand of freedom you'll only find in the full line of Jeep vehicles. Visit Jeep.com to learn more. Worley delivers, and the pitch down low. Nick Markakis. Nick's got a couple of hits and 4 at bats in the series, and 4 for 18 so far on the season. Worley has faced a few of the Orioles a few times in the one game, but that's been it. So most of these Orioles are getting a look at him for the first time. Markakis will take the pitch outside for a ball. He's facing the Orioles for the 2nd time in his career. The other time in 2012 on June 9, he gave up 3 runs, none earned, 4 hits, a walk, and had 5 strikeouts against the O's June of 2012.
Yeah, the Phils came in here, lost 3 in a row, did not play particularly well defensively.
And Worley almost throwing that one away. Morneau having to lean over the base runner, Manny Machado, to come up with it.
Yeah, Gary, you look at some of the numbers, the difference between when you go 11-3 and you go 6-9. Number one, they got him 6 runs a game when he won 11 games. Last year that dropped all the way to about 4. And then how do you do with runners in scoring position? 120-point difference.
And that ball's lashed to left field, and a diving non-catch as it bounces in front of him. Can't find it. Great base running throw to second. Heads up. The Orioles get an extra base. Manny Machado with a play in front of him headed to third. Markakis ends up at second.
Yeah, really would have taken an outstanding play by a guy that's a better hitter than defender. Made a great effort. Gosh, Willingham, again, you play a little bit deeper because this is such a small ballpark, but the ball sinks before it hits his glove, and then he doesn't know where it is. So good base running by Markakis, because he gets all the way to second, and then when Manny Machado comes around second base, he just reads the ball off the glove, the shortstop, and gets all the way to third.
That'll be the first extra base hit for Nick, and here's Adam Jones. 2 in scoring position for the Orioles and only 1 away. Jones has hit in all 4 ball games. He's had an extraordinary start to the season, much like Chris Davis. In fact, the 2 of them together have had the most extraordinary offensive start of any twosome for any major league team. 3 for 5 with a couple of RBIs in the opener, and there is Davis waiting on deck.
Yeah, so if you're Vance Worley, you know who's on deck. And he would like to be able to get ahead, and with the few bad at bats that Adam Jones has had this year is when guys have been able to get him chase on the breaking ball, and that's not even close.
Adam is 2 for 5 with runners in scoring position so far this year. And Worley in a jam right away here in the first inning. This Orioles offense that continues to put up really extraordinary numbers. They come in as a team hitting .320. 1-1 delivery. The fastball is going to be taken inside. 2-ball, 1 strike count for Adam Jones. After the introduction, he continued the great start, coming on with some big hits. As we've said, if not for the start of Chris Davis, Adam Jones would be getting a lot more ink. He's been an integral part in getting on base and scoring runs. With all that Davis has done, he's been on base in 3 of the 4 ball games ahead of Davis. A little chopper. That's a fair ball. Runner coming. That's going to be an RBI base hit. And the runner is going to come from third. Markakis, and he's in. And the Orioles have a 2-0 lead. And heads up base running for the O's.
Yeah, you get luck. You got good base running, and then you have a horrible defensive play. Vance Worley had no play, and I know why he throws it, because he's frustrated. Here you go. There's Machado. There's 1-0. I mean, he's already by the bag, and he throws the ball, and when he does, he throws it away. There comes Nick Markakis, 2-0. So unlucky, because it's an infield base hit, but again, never should have made the throw, and it really helps the Orioles.
I think Ron Gardner is out to ask whether or not that was a foul ball or not. Whether it may have hit Jones in the batter's box. That ball just kind of trickled out, Jim, and then had spin on it, and it came back towards the third base side.
Well, this has never been, when you talk about Camden Yard, a field known to be very hard around home plate, even though we have some cold weather. But I'm sure maybe thinking, well, did it hit his foot? And if it is, it's just a foul ball because he was in the box. Take a look. Yeah. And that's, Ron Gardner, you can see all kinds of mud and stuff on the ball. You don't know if that's from where it hit the stuff, but from that angle, it's certainly, I could see what Ron is talking about.
The Orioles are really playing heads-up ball here in the first inning on the base pass. I think that will go. Obviously, it'll be a single and an RBI, and the second run will score on the error on the throw made by Worley, allowing Markakis to cross, and the Orioles have a 2-0 lead. And here's Davis, and the pitch will be taken for a strike. So Chris, with the 9 for 15, 4 home runs, 16 RBIs. Nobody has ever hit 5 home runs in the first 5 games of the season in Major League history. And a big crowd on hand, in large part to see if he can do it. And they are on their feet, many of them, watching the at-bat. Pitch will be taken inside, 1-1.
Well, I'm sure their advanced scouts have told the Twins he likes to get his arms extended. He likes to hit the ball, and some of the home runs have been off the plate. So not too many people have been able to get in on him so far this season, and boy, are they paying the price for that.
Jones at first. He'll draw the throw. Davis facing Worley for the second time, went 0 for 2 against him in the ball game last year. Among all the numbers for him, he leads the majors in go-ahead RBIs and extra base hits with 7. Very little breeze here tonight. At this moment, none. And the pitch is going to miss inside, trying to jam him on a 2-ball, 1 strike count.
Yeah, so what happens is not too many pitchers are comfortable pitching in. The easiest thing to do is to try to stay away, which is his strength. Some pretty good numbers the last 11 games, 11 home runs, over 400.
2-ball, 1 strike count, and the delivery to him will be taken for a strike at the knees.
Tom Hallion doing the umpiring. That ball probably maybe an inch or so off the outside corner. Of course, that's also a ball he's hit twice for home runs. 2 of his 4 home runs have been off the plate outside.
2-ball, 2 strike count. And again, almost throws it away. It's a couple of times where he's thrown that ball towards the second base side of the bag, and Morneau's had to go over to get it.
Well, that's what speed does. Adam stole 16, so again, the threat of running, and you hope that that will maybe be somewhat disconcerting for Vance Worley and affect his.
Got him.
Yeah, perfect pitch. Little cutter. Little cut fastball. little more pressure on the middle finger. Watch this ball just move inside and hits the inside corner.
The big out right there as Chris Davis is retired. That will bring up Matt Wieters. Wieters also off to a good offensive start for the Orioles. He's had a home run, couple of RBIs. He's 6 for 14. He's gone 4 for 6 right-handed and 2 for 8 from the left side of the plate. And Worley very concerned about Jones over there. Makes another toss. Adam staking himself to a pretty good lead over there, creating the interest. 20th pitch of the inning is going to be coming up by Worley. Runner not going. Wieters will take the pitch away for a ball. One of the things the Orioles have done, at least early on, and they certainly would like to continue it, they have had only 22 strikeouts, which coming into the ballgame at 21 was the fewest in the majors by hitters on any team. 1-0 delivery, foul back. And 1-1. Orioles offense, they're 29, most in the majors, 320 batting average, leading the American League. They lead the American League in slugging and are second in the major leagues in extra base hits.
Yeah, and 3 of their 4 games are against the team Tampa down there, where they only scored 16 runs all last year in 9 games. They had 20 this year, so great start against a very formidable pitching staff.
Pitch is taken away, and it's called strike at the knees, and the count will go to 1-2.
So you can see from Vance Worley that he can pitch in and out. He ran the ball away from Chris Davis, struck him out in. That's what he's trying to do with Matt Wieters.
Wieters has K'd only once on the year, and he will ask for a timeout. The Orioles with the Manny Machado single, the double by Markakis. Jones getting the RBI base hit on the infield, and then the other run scoring on the error when Worley threw the ball away. That ball towards the middle. Florimond's got it. He'll go to the bag himself to retire the side with a good start. The Orioles with a couple of runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and 1 left on base. Orioles up. For the Luna double and get your second room of flooring free. 877-241-LUNA. Part of the big crowd on hand here for game number 2 of the 3-game set. Ball game tomorrow will be the 3rd and final of this quick 3-game homestand. The Orioles 1 o'clock will be O's extra. 1:30 for the ball game tomorrow. Minnesota had to make a pitching change. Weigh in as Jason Hamill will go tomorrow, and Pedro Hernandez added to the roster will be the starter. DeVries had to go on the DL.
Yeah, a young left-hander they got out of the White Sox organization when Francisco Liriano was traded, so not a lot of experience. And Cole DeVries had the forearm flexor problem that put him on the DL. There, Wei and Chen on the left. one of the Orioles starters, pitched very well down in Tampa, as did Miguel Gonzalez.
Jen will open up the series and the opening game at Fenway Park on Monday afternoon against Clay Buchholz. The Red Sox were shut out today by Toronto 5-0. Tillman going to work here against Justin Morneau. That's going to be a base hit into right field. Morneau had an 0 for 3 in the opener yesterday. He's on with a leadoff single here in the second. Not too late to upgrade your summer with an Orioles partial season plan. Enjoy exclusive orange carpet benefits, including substantial savings over the cost of single game tickets, lots of insider access, VIP extras, and more. There are plans available for as few as 12 games with pricing set to fit the budget. Complete details 888-848-BIRD to go to Orioles.com. By the way, John Lackey, talking about the Red Sox, suffered a bicep strain. Left in the 5th inning. It was his first start since returning from Tommy John surgery.
He actually had a very good spring for him, as did Buchholz, who pitched very well against the Yankees. All the guys that wore him out are not playing for the Yankees. So it was a good time to pitch in the Bronx. But again, we know how good he can be.
0-1 count. Delmott. He's the DH. Did the catching in the ball game yesterday. Had a 1 for 3 switch hitter. And Delmott will take the pitch from Tillman for a ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. Delmott has faced Tillman only once and 0 for 1. Left-handers last year did not fare well against Tillman, hitting only .216, and the right-handers only .192. Chris did give up 12 home runs on the year. He is a fly ball pitcher. 1-1 delivery, and that is outside, 2-1. Tillman, the fly ball pitcher, and Worley, a pronounced ground ball pitcher. That opening day against Detroit, he had 16 ground ball outs and only 1 fly ball. His career, 58% of the outs on ground balls. Here's the 2-1 delivery, and that one is whacked towards left center field. Jones trying to get there, will not. That's going to go all the way to the wall. Coming to third, Morneau. He's going to be held there as the relay throw comes in. Morneau, no chance to turn it. It'll be a double for Delmott.
Well, we saw Ryan Delmott yesterday. He took a fastball down the right field line off of Jake Arrieta. Right here, it's 2-1. And again, it's outside middle, and it's not that it's a bad pitch, other than the fact he's looking for it. And they are playing him to pull, because that's pretty much what he does, but this time slices it. And it's kind of like hitting a fade. If you're Ryan Delmott, it just fades away from your center fielder into the gap.
So the Twins right back here in the second inning as they pick up the single and a double, and Plouffe will get the RBI chance against Tillman. 4 for 12 on the year. He had a 2 for 3 in the ball game yesterday. He is looking for his first hit with a runner in scoring position. He has taken an 0 for 5 to start the year. Trevor Plouffe in a swing and a miss, strike 1.
Well, this is a situation, at least for the Orioles, they put on their board, how often do you hit the ball to the right side? They're down 2-0, talking about the Twins. If Trevor Plouffe hits the ground ball to the right side with the infield back, they're going to get a run. They will advance the runner. I mean, that's one of the things that I'm sure Ron Gardenhire and Tom Bernansky, the hitting instructors, talked about. You're a home run guy, but you don't always need to hit home runs to help your ball club. Just a good, solid at bat. Make sure you make contact. And again, try to drive the ball, but at worst, advance the runners. They're giving you a run.
A big .389 average for Plouffe against the Orioles lifetime. Great pitch by Tillman as he had it down and away to him. 1 ball, 2 strike count on Plouffe.
Well, Gary, this is the difference as far as I see. The ability when your windup is better to add a little bit. And we saw Chris do that all last year. The one number that jumps out, 189 with runners in scoring position. So that's how you win 9 games. That's how you have a low ERA.
1-2 delivery to him. Plouffe goes down swinging. Tillman gets the strikeout. That's his third.
It's kind of nice when the hitters are shaking their heads. I mean, this is 94, and it's pretty much down the middle, but it's got great life. Watch his left shoulder. When he stays close and he extends to the hitter, watch this. He's 6'5". Look at that. That's almost perfect, and then a little bit extra. Even though it's in the zone, they can't quite get to it.
So now the left-hander Parmalee up with a 1 for 4 and an RBI in the ballgame yesterday. Runners at second and third, 1 away. The Orioles up 2-0. breaking ball he appeared to hold up on. They'll check at third. Yes, he did. Chris Giccione down there. Tom Hallion as the plate. Ron Culper's got first because he's down at second base. The umpiring crew for this series. And a 1-0 count on Parmelee. Parmelee made the opening day roster last year. Obviously, again here this season. He was a 20th overall pick back in 2006. Made his debut in 2011. 1-0 count. Tillman. Leaders goes down to block that one, and it's 2-0. Twins and Orioles come in with the exact same ranking with runners in scoring position as a team. Both hitting .256, right in the middle of the pack in the American League. The Orioles have put up so many runs and so many chances, while Gardenhire's team has had to take opportunities, fewer opportunities, and turn them into runs. 2-0 delivery, foul back, 2-1.
Well, that's what you like to see. I mean, a good fastball hitter. You talked about it yesterday. Had glowing numbers at AAA, 339 with 17 home runs, and he can't get to your fastball. And that's how you usually identify whether the guy has a live arm. Looking for the fastball, get it, and can't hit it.
Luke Showalter talking about Tillman before the game says it's about consistency in his velocity. That ball is ripped down the line. It is curving, and it is a foul ball.
But one of the cardinal rules of pitching, and he just got lucky, is that when a guy's late on your fastball, it doesn't matter what the count is. If you come back with a changeup, and that's what it was, it's going to speed up the bat. But you get a little bit lucky because he pulls it foul.
Buck really likes Tillman as a competitor. You were saying before the game, said what I really liked is he's tough. He came to spring training not thinking about, well, someone will want me if there's a deal, or I'll go down to AAA and get ready. He came to earn a spot in the rotation. Showalter said he wanted it, went after it, battled for it, and that's the way he pitches. 2-2 delivery. But that velocity thing Buck was talking about, Jim, is it disappears sometimes, that you mentioned earlier, and nobody knows why.
Well, I have an idea, but I think he's learning. Again, he just opens up. You fly open. You know, again, it's the merry-go-round versus the Ferris wheel. When he throws over his front side, he can throw 91 to 94 and make it look easy, Gary. That's the deceptive thing for hitters.
3-ball, 2-strike delivery, and fouled away. A big at-bat early in the ball game with Parmelee up 2 in scoring position and 1 down. There are the base runners with Morneau, the single at third, and Domet at second with the double. The outfield against Parmelee in a little bit left and center, while Markakis is back and towards that gap and right. Here's the 3-2 again. Parmelee takes it, and he's on to load the bases. So there is the first walk surrendered by Tillman. And Brian Dozier will come to the plate. Dozier had a 2 for 4, 3 RBIs.
Yeah, they all came yesterday. Triple, and then like Troy Patton said, the best sinker I threw. He hit into right field for a single for their 5th run.
Sacks are full. Dozier gets his first look at Tillman, and will take the ball in the air to center field. Tagging up will be Morneau at third. Jones has got it. Throw's going to come into second base. And it'll be a sac fly for Dozier, making it a 2-1 ball game. And Domet moves over to third.
Now, good hitting. That's your charge as a hitter. Try to get a ball in the air and try to hit it hard, which he did, but he just skied it a little bit. Good fastball from Tillman. And I kind of like his style. Not afraid to challenge somebody. Dozier just hit a routine fly ball, but with a runner in third, they get their first run.
Dozier gets his 4th RBI of the season. And now runners at first and third with 2 down. And here is Pedro Florimon. Florimon gets the RBI chance with 2 away here in the inning. Florimon, of course, a former member of the Orioles organization. Starting at shortstop today, and the pitch will be taken outside. Florimon played in the Orioles organization for a number of years, from 2004 until 2012. Made it as high as AA ball at Bowie. And the fastball is up high, and the count will go to 2-0. Now the Orioles surrendering the first run in the first 3 innings of a ball game here in game 5. 2-0 delivery on the way, and that's up high. And a little trouble right now for Tillman finding the strike zone.
Well, that's what you talked about. Again, you go from 94 to 90. And again, a lot of that has to do with you open up a little bit, you lose your release point. Again, it's one of those nights where there's not a lot of humidity, and the temperature is probably around, what, 48, 50 degrees at game time. So ball may be a little more slippery.
He'll get the strike in. Tillman battling to hold on to the 1-run lead right now. 3-1. The count on Florimon, 2 down. And you see the pitch count up to 22 here in the inning. Runners off first and third. 3-1. Taken, and they're loaded again. And that's 2 walks in the inning. And that will bring Rick Adair, the pitching coach of the Orioles, out to the mound to have a word with Tillman. 23 pitches this inning.
Yeah, and here in the second, you've already gone through the lineup. So they get to see you for the second time. Aaron Hicks will come to the plate. He took a 2-0 fastball and hit it hard, but right at Adam Jones to start the game. So he gets to see Tillman here in the second for the second time.
Sacks full. Orioles lead it by 1, getting that 2-0 lead. The Orioles now scored first in all 5 of the ball games played here early on this season. Hicks gets the big chance for the Twins. There are 2 away. And Hicks over the top of that one.
Yeah, young hitter pulls the string way out in front.
He's had 3 opportunities with runners in scoring position, has gone 1 for 3. Coming directly from AA ball last year to the majors to be the starting center fielder for the Twins. 0-1 count. And that's just going to miss. 1-1. Chris Tillman here at home last year was 4-1. He had a 2.79 earned run average. Career 8-7. ERA of 4.5 here at Camden Yards. Here's the 1-1 delivery on the way, and fouled it back 1-2.
Yeah, the unusual thing, you talked about the 12 home runs. Fly ball pitcher. This is a hitter's park. Fly balls usually get you in trouble here. And he only threw 3 home runs, 9 on the road. Even though he pitched very well on the road where he's 5-2.
Oriole fans making some noise here. Dolmet, Parmalee, Florimon, bases loaded for the Twins. 1 ball, 2 strike count, and Florimon will step out.
Now the other thing that Chris can do, and you haven't really seen it tonight, is he's got a power curveball. And we saw yesterday Arrieta, the first time Hicks came to the plate, punched him out on a good curveball. And the count allows you to throw it underneath the strike zone here.
Hicks backing out, of course. Here's the 1-2 delivery, and he went. He's gone, and Tillman gets a big strikeout. He's got 4 of them. 1 run on a couple of hits. The Twins leave the bases loaded. Catherine Majetic from Centerville. Catherine, you've already won $500 just for being selected. You get $100 more for every Orioles hit during tonight's game, plus an extra $500 for any Orioles home run in the 5th inning. For your chance to be the Maryland Lottery Hit It Big contestant of the game, play 5-card cash and go to mdlottery.com/Orioles to enter. Gary Thorne, Jim Palmer, Tillman getting the big strikeout to leave the bases loaded, and the Orioles with a 2-1 lead. It'll be Hardy, Flaherty, and Reimold up for the O's. And the pitch is taken for a strike. Hardy a 1 for 4 with an RBI in the ball game yesterday. Lashes not wow. And that's why you have screens at the front of the dugouts now. Can you imagine when there used to be no screens and that was all wide open? He wouldn't be laughing. That was hit so hard. If that screen's not there, you don't get out of the way.
Right, and if it's hit a little bit higher, you better do the limbo.
Man. 0-2 count. Hardy will take it up high. He has faced Worley in 3 at-bats and gone 0 for 3 against him.
I saw Tony Oliva do that, I think, my second year in the big leagues up in Minnesota at the old Met. And Gene Woodling, our hitting instructor, he was putting his jaw in. He had his back turned and went right by him and hit off the wall and then right back him. Oh,
there's a little comebacker handled in the air.
Well, again, when you get ahead, hitters don't like to get called out, so he just goes away, and then right in on the fist. But again, when you're ahead, you get to go way in. And a little soft liner right back to you.
So 1 away. Here's Flaherty. Ryan Flaherty getting the start at second base, looking for his first hit ever against the Twins. Has an 0 for 10 against them. And more of the off-speed stuff that he's seeing in almost every pitch.
Well, he came out early and hit with Jim Presley, the Orioles hitting instructor today, and Jim's just trying to get him to relax because he's kind of been thrown in it because of the injury.
Ball driven towards the warning track, but in the yard, and Willingham will haul it in. Well, the Mid-Atlantic Sports Report will return on Monday after the Orioles day game against Boston. This week on the show, the guys are going to look at MLB bullpens and discuss how difficult it is for them to repeat their success year after year. Managers Buck Showalter, Davey Johnson, Dusty Baker are all going to chime in on that matter. Plus, don't miss the week's scouting report on the hottest, coldest players from opening week. Tom Davis, Dave Johnson, Phil Wood, Mel Antonin, 5:30 on Monday. Nolan Reimold hitting 9th in the lineup, takes it for a strike. The designated hitter for the Orioles had a 1 for 3 in the opener. We haven't mentioned, but with Chris Tillman coming up, of course, he had to be put on the roster. Yamika Navarro was sent back to AAA, spent only a day here. Had to go to first base and hauled in by Morneau in a 1-2-3 inning. We've completed 2 here at Camden Yards. The Orioles have the 2-1 lead. we've often said does not hold back very often on things to be said. I thought this was pretty funny. After the game last night, he said, awesome game right there, talking about Chris Davis. He said he's so hot, I couldn't even get him with the pie. Adam Jones missed him. He came out. This was brutal. Not even close. I told Adam before the game, I said, that's one of the worst pie slappings I've ever seen. He said, I got to agree. He said the word was brutal, that I was not able to get him. He said, I'm about 9 out of 10, though. That's the first one I've ever missed.
Yeah, but really, why would you want to change anything for Chris? Just leave him alone. Let him do what he's been doing. Even though that's kind of a ritual.
It has. Around baseball, it's become the ritual. We go to the third inning. Here's Joe Mauer. And Mauer will take it inside. Called out on strikes his first time up. Surprised me the most that I was just reading some stuff on Joe Mauer. He's not even 30 years old yet.
No.
It's amazing. You'd think it'd be like 38 or something. And just because of all the numbers that he's put up in his career. You see what he's done here at Camden Yards. The first 16 games a terror. The last 6, 1 for 21.
Well, as we said yesterday, this is the way you want to face him with nobody on base. 342 lifetime hitter with runners in scoring position. Just talking to him, he was down throwing, warming up with Justin Marneau. A couple of years ago, he had that, what do they call it, bilateral body weakness, and it was really, he said it was about, I tried to come back too early, hurt my knee, and then all of a sudden the rest of your body doesn't respond. But boy, he had a great spring, had a great WBC, even though the United States did not get into the final round. But this guy can play, and they $180 million contract. They're just trying to find out a way where they can use him other than just catching all the time, just for his bat.
3-1 delivery. He, of course, I guess the reason I thought he would be older was looking at the numbers. He became the first American League catcher to win a batting title at the age of 23 in 2006. And in 2008 became the first American League player to win another batting title and a Gold Glove in the same season. And then up to 2009 did it again. And that's where he just hits the ball 90% of the time. The cloth out there to get it. Mauer is retired. One away here in the third inning. The Orioles of Major League Baseball are teaming up with Autism Speaks to support Autism Awareness Month, a special ticket discount for tomorrow's 1:35 game. Visit Orioles.com/tick/autism to purchase upper reserve seats for just $13, and $5 of every ticket sold goes to support Autism Speaks. Order your tickets right now for the ball game tomorrow. That's Orioles.com/tick/autism.
Yeah, I get to see the Orioles. You get to, and the Twins. My stepson Spencer is autistic. 1 out of every 54 boys now. So it, some way or another, it seems to affect either you or your friends or family members. So again, trying to find a cure, trying to promote awareness, treatment. In fact, Richie Banzels his daughter used to teach at Kennedy Krieger, a great school for autism right here in Baltimore.
Special suites being set aside tomorrow if families are here, autistic children or adults. If there's a need to go for a place for a little quiet during the game, that will be provided. 1 ball, 1 strike delivery on the way, and that'll be taken outside by Willingham, who struck out his first time up. Watching very carefully on Tillman's first start of the year. 2-1 delivery on the way, and throttled back a bit on that one. 2-2.
Now you can get away with that to really good fastball hitters. It's a fastball count. A couple of doubles yesterday on fastballs, changeup. And once you do that, it changes not only the rest of the game, but again, especially this count. Josh has no idea what's coming here.
2-2 delivery on the way, and we'll foul it straight back. We talked about active players and their average against the Orioles. He's right there in the 4 spot behind Adrian Gonzalez, Miguel Cabrera, and Nelson Cruz. Then Willingham, and then David Murphy with the big numbers, career batting averages versus the Orioles. Here's the 2-2 delivery, and will just miss. He leaned out to take an extra look at that one. So the count goes to 3-2 on Willingham with Morneau waiting on deck.
And the other thing about the 358, they're not singles. He's got 7 home runs. So he can hurt you.
Here's the 3-2 pitch to him. That'll be foul back. Twins really making Tillman work in the ball game, taking these counts deep. Twins have had their share of strikeouts coming into the ball game, 38 Ks, and that one is down low. So for Tillman, it's been a strikeout or a walk here through the first 3 innings. He's had 4 strikeouts and 3 free passes. 1 on, 1 down. And that will bring up Morneau. Morneau with a single and a run scored. Sac fly Dozier brought him home. Twins left the bases loaded in the 2nd inning. One away, infield double play depth. And the pitch will miss for a ball.
Yeah, you move it over 2 inches, it's a strike. Justin had a changeup for that base hit into right field, so he starts him off with a fastball. 19 home runs last year, recovering from that concussion, wrist injuries.
1-0 delivery, runner at first base, and that'll be fouled the other way.
We'll take a look. You can see again as he's matured and got experience, more strikeouts, less walks. Of course, tonight they're even.
Yeah. 1 ball, 1 strike delivery on the way, and that's outside. And there's one of those Jim was talking about earlier, where he just completely off balance in the follow through.
Well, what happens with again, if you're an overhand pitcher like he is, when you more like a merry-go-round, your shoulder flies out, your arm drops, and you can't get on top of the ball. Can't stay behind your fastball, can't stay behind your changeup, and the curveball. You're under that. That's why it just spins.
2-1 delivery's a liner. That's going to go in the gap into left center field. Take a couple of hops. Big turn Willingham. He'll go to third. That ball actually was hit softly enough to allow Willingham to advance, and the Twins cover the corners with only 1 away. Morneau is 2 for 2.
Yeah, both of them on changeups. So again, it's just up enough, and that what did Mike Bordick say? It's just you see it better, a little more leverage to it. I'm talking about again the hanging breaking ball and something up in the zone. And again, the part of the lineup he was able to get out of that other inning because he had a very young hitter, Aaron Hicks, come up, and he was able to take advantage of him, but a little different in the middle of their order.
So Doman gets a chance. He had a double his first time up, 1st and 3rd, and 1 away. Orioles lead 2-1. Doman, not for long. That's a base hit. Willingham will score. Markakis over to get it. Twins are running. Markakis' throw to third. Went by the cutoff man. The throw back to first. And he got underneath the tag. Doman had made a big turn. And the ball looked like it got there in time, but he got back to the bag underneath Chris Davis.
Yeah, a desperate slide back in. Last thing you want to do right here. Another changeup. Again, it speeds up the bat a little bit. Pretty aggressive right here. 1st to 3rd. They cut it off. And then right here, throw behind the runner. Snap tag and take a look. The throw did beat him. It looked like he might have been out there. It looked like he got him on the leg before he got the hand in.
Doman gets credit for the RBI. It ties the ball game up for Doman, his 2nd RBI of the season. And the Twins again with runners at 1st and 3rd, only 1 down. And here's Plouffe, a strikeout victim. Plouffe will foul that one off.
Well, you need a ground ball at one of your infielders. Get out of this inning. Struck him out the first time, just threw the ball right by him.
Plouffe had an opportunity with 2 on in his first at bat and struck out. Twins now with 4 hits in the ball game, tying the ball game up at 2. And the 0-1 delivery to him, and that one is center field. That's Jones going back, racing, reaching, makes a nice catch. Runner will tag. Morneau will score. Back to first. Doman. Sac fly, and the Twins have a 3-2 lead.
Yeah, that was a sacrifice rocket. What a nice play by Adam Jones. That's why you give him the Gold Glove, where he actually earns it. The ball looked like it was going to get over his head. Little leap. I'm not sure Domet would have scored because the ball was hit so hard, but you would have had second and third, and you would have been up 3-2, and the bullpen would probably be getting loose for the Orioles.
That one was stung. 2 RBIs on the year for Plouffe, and a 3-2 lead for the Twins.
Yeah, Chris has not been able to make a lot of quality pitches here in the third. Change-ups, curveballs have been up, and Twins are taking advantage of it.
They appeal the play at second base as to whether or not it was touched on the way by, and the ruling was he did. So 2 runs in here in the third inning. Parmalee up, drew a walk his first time up. Domet, the runner at first. He's had an interesting visit down there. He almost got taken out when he circled the bag and the throw came, and he dove back in. That time he was all the way down to second when the ball was caught, and he had to hustle his way back and slide back into first base. 1-0 count on Parmalee. Tillman will miss up high with it. 2-0. Tillman's gone only 8 out of 14 first pitch strikes in the ball game. Pitch, and that's up high, and not far from getting some bullpen action for the Orioles. Count goes to 3-0.
I wouldn't be surprised to see him get the green light here. Young fastball hitter. He can look fastball, and again, tremendous power at AAA last year.
He did, and he did. Way back in right field, and goodbye home run. A 2 RBI shot for Parmalee on the 3-0 pitch. His first homer. RBIs 3 and 4 in the year. And the Twins take a 5-2 lead.
Yeah, somewhat predictable again as far as swinging, because Ron Gardner, he knows his players. He knows he's young, going to make him a better hitter. Boy, when they give you the green light and you get a pitch to hit like that, what a confidence booster. And part of it is that your manager trusts you.
That was a moonshot, wasn't it?
Well,
wow.
Boy, when he came in here opening day last year talking about Chris Parmalee, talked to everybody about what kind of spring he had. He said, boy, he's got some bat speed, and you saw it there.
So for Tillman, who we said gave up 12 home runs in the 86 innings pitched last year, he gives one up here in his first start this season, and the Twins have put 3 runs across in the third. Dozier, he too will take a pitch up high and a 1-ball 1-strike count. And for the Orioles, it's T.J. McFarland in the bullpen.
Yeah, he threw a little bit down in Tampa.
Other way foul.
Well, again, there's such a big difference between location and stuff, making good pitches versus not making them, and this has just been one of those innings. Almost everything, hitters counts, up in the zone, and this is the big leagues. And it's not like you don't have talent, because Chris Tillman certainly does. He just hasn't made great pitches.
The opposite of what we showed you at the top, where the first inning has been his big problem throughout his career. He got 1, 2, 3. After that, he had settled down and had a career ERA of 2.52. Not anymore. That's foul back upstairs. 2-ball 2-strike count on Dozier.
Yeah, you've seen glimpses of why he was so good last year. And then the other thing you have to factor in, and we saw it with Jake Arrieta when he won, 10 games. They got him over almost 7 runs a game. Chris got almost 6 runs a game last year. So it doesn't mean that you're not a good pitcher. It just means that you have some runs to work with. And what does that mean? Well, that means I can relax a little bit more. A lot of times teams are, maybe having to try to come from behind, feel like they have to overswing and things like that. So, the normal run support is what, about 4.8, I think, something like that for pitchers.
Foul back again. The 32nd pitch of the inning. Tillman has not fared well against the Minnesota Twins with that lifetime mark of 0-3 and an ERA of 4.26 in the 3 previous starts against them. 2-2 delivery, and that's fouled off as well. And the count will stay 2 balls and 2 strikes on the breaking ball, with Tillman piling up the pitches here. 73, and that's through 2 2/3 innings. 2-2 delivery and a ground ball towards the hole. Hardy gets in front of it and makes the nice throw. That will do it, but the Twins have a big inning as they come up with 4 runs and take a 5-2 lead in the ballgame. Brought to you by Ocean City, Maryland. Visit Ocean City, Maryland for Springfest, May 2 through 5. Find out more at ococean.com. And by Chapin Davis Investments, Baltimore's oldest and largest full-service investment firm. Call 1-800-222-3246 or visit chapindavis.com. Barry Thorne, Jim Palmer, and our great crew on hand, and a big crowd. They were saying before the ball game they thought they might get 40,000 here for this second game, and they may very well have done that.
Well, great to see, and what a game it was yesterday.
46,000 plus in the ballpark. 46,653 the announced attendance, and just a great game. Davis getting that grand slam home run to top it all off. Orioles down now. Make the comeback, and that will be fouled away by McLeod, who flied out his first time up. Orioles have had 6 or more runs in all 4 games. First time that's happened since 1954 to start a year. The offense strikingly good, and they're going to need it here in this one. Down 5-2. 0-2 delivery. McLeod takes Worley's pitch away. Worley has walked none, struck out 1. 25-year-old right-hander, 18 wins, 14 losses in his major league career.
And what you like, and he pitched in Philadelphia a lot of those games, which is a bandbox. So if you're 3.50 ERA and again had the elbow surgery, but you kind of touched on it yesterday, Gary. When your starters are 39 and 75 and the ERA is at 5.40, only one team in baseball has a higher ERA at 5,280 feet. The Rockies, you need to improve them. He's going to help them, as is Mike Pelfrey, as is Kevin Correa, and they've already done that.
They've gone through, and they really like the starts all of them had. Pitch will miss on the fastball. It'll make it a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Worley started a AAA ball last year with the Phillies and was called up 4 times during the season. That ball's drilled to center. It's going to stay up. Hicks is there. Make sure you never miss a defining moment of the action. Sign up now for Orioles alerts delivered direct from Masson to your mobile phone. Just text Orioles 29292. Manny Machado, a single and a run scored in that first inning. Manny now with a couple of hits in these first 2 games of the series, and will take the pitch down low for a ball. He's picked up an RBI, a walk. Adam Jones waiting in the hole. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Fastball is there for a strike. 1-1.
Yeah, he's got all the pitches. A little cutter, sinker, change up, in and out.
1-1 delivery. That's going to be down and away, and a 2-ball 1 strike count. The Orioles play here tomorrow at 1:30 to wrap up this series. Jason Hamill, who won the opener against Pedro Hernandez, being called up to make the start for the Twins. 2-1 delivery. Then the Orioles will head out to Boston, and it will be opening day at Fenway Park on Monday with the weigh-in chin against Clay Buchholz. That is a 2 o'clock game on Monday afternoon. Here's the 3-1 delivery, and that one got him, or maybe it was just inside. Ball 4. So the Orioles get a man on. Manny Machado with a walk. Time for our AT&T Mobility Trivia Fact. The Orioles have scored 6 or more runs in their first 4 games. First time they've done that since coming to Baltimore back in 1954. And they're going to need that, at least that, to win this game.
Well, you're right, and that's why I am sure Rick Anderson, the pitching coach, Ron Gardenhire of the Twins, are saying, I'm not sure you really want to walk Machado with Markakis and Jones and Davis and Wieters coming up, and that's
going to be a base hit into center field. Machado the turn. He'll stay. And the Orioles have 2 on and 1 down. 2 for 2 for Markakis. And the Oriole bats continue to produce base hits with Adam Jones coming up. You can see the numbers this season. So far, Chris Davis leads the majors in average, home runs, and RBIs. Adam Jones leads the majors in hits and runs. The Angels today on our numbers list, they entered with a .219 average and 4 home runs. And Larry Lucchino with the Red Sox says Fenway sellout that's gone on for all those years is probably going to end this coming week. Maybe while the Orioles are there. Not because of the Orioles, but because they just haven't sold them any tickets.
Well, that'll do it.
That'll do it. A lot of folks said that streak ended a long time ago.
It's been a faux streak.
Adam Jones, he'll take the pitch for a strike.
But even if they haven't been sellouts, they're close to sellouts. They've had a tremendous run of fans supporting the Red Sox.
Yep. And they'll have a sellout obviously on Monday for opening day with the Orioles there. 0-1 the count. Runners off first and second base. Jones fights it off.
Yeah, he backs up that first pitch changeup for a strike with a running fastball. And again, well located.
So Worley in a key moment here for the Twins and Jones for the Orioles. Trailing at 5-2. One of the things the Orioles have done in these early games when they have fallen behind is to come right back and answer.
Well, you got to think it's going to be a breaking ball. That's usually the pitch of choice against Adam Jones. It may not be right now. May run one up and in.
Getting to chase upstairs.
See, that's that cutter. So again, Adam's frustrated because he didn't want to chase it. But 0-2, if it's anything else, he made 2 good pitches to get to this count, and then it just gives him a little wrinkle right up the ladder. Now, the good news about that strikeout, if there is any, is that no double play ball, and that brings Chris Davis to the plate. He's got a pitch to him.
So Davis with runners at first and second, a strikeout victim his first time up. Looking for that 5th home run in 5 games and went for it. But a pitch that was down and into him. 0-1. For Chris Davis, the blasts have gone He's pulled them the other way. Center field in Tampa. Grand slam home run the other way in the ball game yesterday. He hasn't missed many places in the outfield.
And he hit one of those with one hand. The second home run down in Tampa Bay.
0-1 the count. 2 on for the Orioles. And a check swing. And they don't ask for any look, so it's 1-1.
Yeah, pretty good take there. That's the pitch that on his way to 169 strikeouts he would chase. Bring it down a little bit with his strength. It's hittable.
Here's the 1-1 delivery to him. That'll be put up in the air. Not deep. That's going to fall in. Base hit. What a read. Manny Machado will score. Over to third base goes Markakis. And Davis picks up another RBI. And the Orioles cut the lead to 2.
Well, you can hit them a mile. That's where the outfielders play. This is a small ballpark. They're playing deep. Aaron Hicks is, a couple of steps short. It's kind of like a hanging slider. You can see him break his bat. Kind of splinters the bat a little bit, just dumps it into left field. Did that down in Tampa Bay when he got 4 hits the other night. Kind of hit a hanging breaking ball down into the corner.
So that'll be RBI number 17. Already set the mark for the highest RBI total through 4 games of a season at 16 coming into this one. Since they started recording that number back in 1920. Pitch will be inside. Orioles first and third, 2 down. Each team now with 5 hits. The Orioles down by 2. Wieters hit into a fielder's choice his first time up.
And it all started with a base on balls with a 5-2 lead. Thank you very much.
1-0 delivery to Wieters, and that's going to be up high, and he'll get the hitter's count at 2-0. I said the Orioles have been able to answer back in these early ball games. Whenever they've fallen behind, and it's generally been the next half inning that they've done it. Wieters already with a 2 for 4 with runners in scoring position this season. 2-0 delivery to him, and that's going to miss up high, and it's 3-0.
So now will he be swinging away 3-0? Already seen Parmalee hit a home run.
Yes.
Give him the green light. Well, right. J.J. Hardy can't hurt you on deck, but
3-0, 2 down, and he puts it in the air to right. Just missed that one. Got underneath it. Parmalee is in, and he will put it away to record the out. The Orioles will pick up a run on a couple of hits. They leave 2 on base, and it is a 5-3 game. It's not just a good time, it's Miller time. And 3 innings complete. Take a look at where we are here with the Twins having come up with a run in the second on the RBI Dozier sac fly, and then a big 4-run 3-hit third inning against Chris Tillman. Domit, Plouffe, and Parmalee with 2 picking up the RBIs. The Orioles had the early lead first inning. Jones an RBI. Errant throw by the pitcher scored the second run in the inning, and then Davis with the RBI base hit in the third, and a 5-3 ball game. Chris Tillman will try and settle it in. Pedro Florman up, bunting, drags it. Davis, this is going to be a base hit. Yes. Ball gets away. Runner will stay. And a drag bunt single. Can't do it much better than that.
No, you can't. All it is get it by the pitcher, make the first baseman field it, and then beat the pitcher to the bag. Even, I mean, you can see Chris, he's sprinting. He knows Pedro Florman. And again, he just kind of off the heel of his glove. He wasn't going to get it anyway. And he's a big, tall guy. Tried to tag him. That's heads up base. You got speed. He's 26 steals 1 year in the minor leagues.
So the Twins get the leadoff man on. This will be the second time in 4 innings they've done that. And they turn the order over. Here is Hicks. Hicks flied out in the first inning, struck out in the second. Wieters out to talk with Tillman to give him a chance to regroup after going over to cover first base. Twins now with 6 hits in the ballgame. They're picking up their hits and getting runners on, leaving the bases loaded in that second inning. In at third base, Manny Machado. Hicks shows bunt, takes it for a strike. He'll check down at third for the signs.
Yeah, normally, Gary, as you know, in the American League in the 4th inning, you don't give up an out, but you have a young hitter. You have a guy, again, who's 342 lifetime batting average with runners in scoring position. You may just do that, take the pressure off him a little bit.
Throw over.
Plus, you have great speed at first.
So Ron Gardenhire will decide how to play this. 3 sacrifices for Hicks last year. AA, New Britain, where he spent the entire year. That 286 batting average. He had 13 home runs, 61 RBIs at AA.
As we mentioned yesterday, great amateur golfer, a former pitcher coming up through high school. You can just watch him go after the ball in center field. He hadn't made any spectacular plays, but just the way he glides to the ball, you know that he's a very, very athletic guy.
Staying right in near the line at third, Manny Machado. 0-1 count. Goes for it. It'll go to short. Taylor made. Except for the speed.
Yeah. Wow.
That's fast. Oh, my. Hicks down the line. That ball was hit pretty good.
Taylor made if he trips.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. JJ makes sure he catches it. Kind of followed it right into his glove, as infielders would do. And again, left-hander, you're out of the box. What, Mickey Mantle was 3.3. This wasn't much slower. So you can see him look right at the glove. And right here, I mean, it's a good relay and transfer by Ryan Flaherty. And he's already looking back.
Wow. So Hicks shows you the speed he's noted for. 32 stolen bases last year. Caught 11 times. He's on at first now with 1 down. And here is Mauer. And he'll take the pitch for a ball. Mauer has struck out, flied out, looking for his first hit in the series, as he's gone 0 for 7. 2-run lead for the Twins in the 4th inning.
Yeah, another thing for a tall pitcher, and Chris Tillman at 6'5", only 6 stolen base attempts. So a real good throwing catcher behind the plate with Wieters.
1-0, and that's there for a strike.
So he holds runners well, and he's, for a big guy, very quick to the plate. Gives Matt Wieters, who threw out almost 39% of the runners that tried to steal, an opportunity to do that.
Mauer broke 4 bats yesterday, and Ron Gardenhire said, "I've never seen that before, and I don't think I'll ever see it again." 4 new pieces of lumber. Throw over, and he'll get back in.
4 bats.
4 bats in 1 day. 1 ball, 1 strike count. and ended up with an 0 for 5. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Tillman eyeing the runner. Hicks back in. Playing off the bag like this with a right-handed first baseman, you actually get a pretty good advantage as far as laying the tag on. If that ball's thrown towards the line by the pitcher, the area where the first baseman has to wave back to tag is much smaller than if he was trying to come around his body to put the tag on. And Tillman's put the ball over there pretty well. And you see that's the way it's going to be this season. A decision to play Davis off first base against both right and left-handed hitters, and with both right and left-handed pitchers on the mound. So if that throw comes towards first base, the tag distance he has to go to is fairly short. 2-1 delivery, runner goes. Hicks got a big jump. Wieters a good throw. Oh, nailed him. Not even close.
I don't know if it was a pitch out, but it sure looked like it. I don't know that till tomorrow. It's just something up and away, and perfect pitch to throw on. And he did not have much of a lead. He's looking. I tell you don't want to be looking. That slows you down. And yeah, I mean, didn't it? I think it was just a hanging changeup. I mean, you might as well almost gone back.
Not even in view.
No. Just kind of waiting for him to get there.
Wieters has thrown 2 out of 3 out so far. Generally, when you get a runner looking back, it means a hit and run was on.
Hey, maybe that pitch was so up and away. Like I said, it was almost like a pitch out where you're not even trying to give the hitter an opportunity to put the bat on the ball.
It's the second out of the inning, and Mauer now with a 3-ball 2-strike count. Tillman's delivery to him. There's the ball the other way, and it will be foul. Mauer up to 83 pitches thrown in the ball game. Like Showalter said before the game, we don't have any limit. It's about how stressful the innings are, but he'll go as long as he's effective. 3-2 delivery on the way, and that's the other way foul again.
See, again, I mean, again, the radar gun has been good tonight. 90 to 94. Pitches maybe up a little bit. Again, the big inning for the Twins with the 4-run third inning. But other than that, of course, that's a big that. It's not like he's fluctuating like he used to from 87 to 91.
3-2, and that's going to be a base hit into right center field. Jones. Now we're the big turn. So that caught stealing matters even more with the Mauer single. The Junior Orioles Dugout Club, Birdland's best value in family entertainment. Kids 14 and under get tickets to 10 games, the exclusive club hat, the membership card, the backpack, and more. It's only $20. Members even get exclusive giveaway items at the game, and family and friends can get tickets starting as low as $6 with a chance to even upgrade to the lower deck. Find out more 888-848-BIRD or go to Orioles.com/dugout club. Well, another discussion, second time in the ball game. Look at there, the pitching coach has gone out to have a word with Chris Tillman. Again in the bullpen. Jay McFarland up second time. He's gotten up to throw in the pen today.
Yeah, it won't take him long, even though it's a cool night, to get ready.
7 hits now for the Twins. 85 pitches thrown by Tillman. And Willingham coming up. Dangerous hitter here, 4th inning with 2 down. Drew a walk and scored in the 3rd. Strikeout victim. Tillman with 4 Ks, 3 walks.
Yeah, he's a dangerous guy if you're going to live up in the strike zone, and that's where Chris has been the last couple of innings. He is such a good high fastball hitter, high breaking ball hitter, tremendous power.
Two down, shift on in the infield. Way up high with that one as it got away. 1-0. Seeing a lot more of this here early this season with right-handed batters. The shifts that we used to see against only lefties now being employed against righties. There is nobody. Look at that hole between first and second base. I mean,
well, the charts say that, again, when he hits the ball on the ground, he pulls it. The fly ball, they're pretty much, what, one step, almost straight away.
Pitch is going to be taken inside, 2-0.
The problem is, as you mentioned, Chris Tillman is not a ground ball pitcher. So, and right here, again, we're one in, last year, they hit 89 balls on the ground, 123 in the air. And right here, you have a home run hitter at the plate. You have a 2-0 count. You really haven't been down. Hard to get a ground ball.
2-0 delivery to Willingham, and he will take that for his strike. 35 home runs on the season and 110 RBIs picked up by Willingham last year to go along with a .260 batting average. Just a tremendous season for him. Out of Florence, Alabama, veteran, 34 years old. Here's the 2-1 delivery to him, and he'll go the other way. Good pitch by Tillman. That was down and away, and he couldn't lift it. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Have to believe this will be Tillman's last inning, reaching that 90 pitch count with the next one.
You just hope that the score is still 5-3.
2-ball, 2-strike count. Runner off first. And Willingham lifts it. Long run for everybody. Davis, the closest, can't get to it. Foul ball. That'll send Mauer back to first base. In the infield back into the shift. Flaherty had no chance, second baseman, because he was on the shortstop side of the bag when he started.
Yeah, Nick Markakis is talking to the ground crew out in right field. That's how deep he is. He's way out there, which is where he should be. Again, with a runner on first, Joe Mauer runs well for a catcher, but doesn't have great speed. He just, at this juncture of the game, you don't want a ball hit over your head for an extra base hit and allow him to score.
2-2 delivery again, and that ball's popped up, and that's going to go foul. And the Twins have done a lot of that in this game against Tillman. Fouling off pitches, deep at bats, and obviously that total now over 90.
And the velocity's still good. Again, he just can't quite locate it. You would think, again, with Willingham's ability to hit the fast, this is a slider count. You still have a pitch to work with. Throw him a slider down and away. Hope that he can chase.
2-2.
Curveball, yeah. I found, and Chris and I are similar pitchers, the same, he's a little bit taller, but over the top. Curveball to a right-hander is just a tough pitch to throw. When you come around, first thing you see is the hitter. Slider's a little bit easier, as long as you get on top of it. And now it's a little bit more difficult, because if you walk him, you're gone.
Mauer's going to be running 3-2, 2 down. Mauer at first. 3-2 delivery on the way, and he walked it. So he surrenders another walk here, unable to get Willingham, with Morneau coming up and Buck Showalter out. Not the kind of start Chris Tillman wanted to begin this new season, and the move will be made to the bullpen. DJ McFarland's going to be coming on in his first appearance, and it will be faced with runners on at first and second base and 2 down. roster getting the start. Take a look at the line in his first start of the year.
Yeah, he's got his kind of a scowl on because he's not happy. 11 outs, all those pitches. That's not Chris Tillman like. And again, you got to give them some credit talking about the Twins, and he certainly wasn't at his best. But again, a guy that can pick you up is, again, major league debut right here. 16-game winner, AA, AAA. Rule 5 guy. They're trying to figure out a way to keep him because they like that much about him. So again, much better last year at AA, where he went 8-2, 8-6 at AAA. ERA at 4.82. But they like it. But the key for him is, number 1, can you sink the ball? Number 2, can you get lefties out?
Out of Illinois, in Orland Park, his first major league pitch is coming to Morneau with runners at first and second base. And Morneau will put it up in the air to right. Markakis is there. McFarland is now in the major league books, and the inning is over. No runs, a couple of hits, no errors. 2 are left on base. Big play in the inning. Matt Wieters and a caught stealing against Hicks that helped keep the score at 5-3. To the ballpark, the sights, the sounds, and the smells of Major League Baseball. Take a look at our PNC Minor League report, brought to you by PNC, for the achiever in you. Will he make an appearance at the Major League sometime before the year's done?
Some people, as Dan Duquette said, who is the Vice President of Baseball Operations, Executive Vice President, he said it's hard to keep good talent in the minor leagues. Had a very good spring, you can see obviously tonight, but a little bit different. The weather's cold. Harrisburg, AA, different ball, and again, he's still young.
Great look downtown Baltimore, and here at Camden Yards, a 5-3 ball game with the Twins on top. Tillman out of there, and he'll join in rooting the O's on now for another offensive night. Pitch will be taken up high by Hardy. Hardy lined out softly to the pitcher his first time up. Hardy, Ryan Flaherty, and Reimold due up for the Orioles. Worley's had 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. And the pitch outside, 5-7-1 for the Twins, 3-5-0 for the Orioles.
Yeah, the way the game went, you would think the Twins would have had more runs, so it's a good thing. So obviously not a outing that Chris wanted, but somewhat kept it in hand.
Yep, the Twins have squandered some opportunities with those bases loaded, the bases loaded situation in the second. Had a chance in the 4th inning. A big caught stealing by Wieters on Hicks. That's going to be a base hit into right field. Going the other way with it again. Backing up. Parmalee will get it in. Hardy on.
He Bordicked it.
First leadoff man the Orioles have had on.
That's right. We got a new term here. He Bordicked it, as Mike said yesterday. breaking ball up. You see it. It looks hittable. And you know what? It was.
As evidenced by the results.
Oh, yes. Well, again, we talked about what? 2 hands, fingers, 10 times. I think about 8 times. J.J. Hardy got to hit the right field in 2012. So you love to see him use the whole field.
Now here is Ryan Flaherty. Flaherty goes to center. Hicks with that great speed will get there. 1 down. Take a look at this date in baseball history. We're talking about Davis and the home runs to start a season. Well, Willie Mays is one of those he's now tied with. In 1971, Mays hit a home run opening day and hit home runs in the next 3 games to tie the major league record that Chris Davis is now tied. And in 1973, we were talking about Tony Oliva earlier, he became the first designated hitter ever to hit a home run. Oliva with the Minnesota Twins.
Yeah, back-to-back batting championship his first 2 years in the big leagues. I always vote for him for the Hall of Fame. He was that good a hitter. And then, of course, knee problems, so maybe didn't have the kind of career, but I still remember getting to the Orioles. Tony Oliva, leave us alone. That's what they used to sing, the whole pitching staff. They even had a song for him.
I love it. That's good. Here's Nolan Rimo, popped out his first time up. Tony Oliva, leave us alone.
Oh, leave us alone. And I asked Milt Pappas, I was 19 at the time, I said, Milt, how do you pitch to him? Right down the middle. He hits everything else.
Oh.
16 came to Baltimore, 4-game series, 21 at bats, 16 hits.
Oh.
Every inch of the ballpark.
My gosh.
From the left field line to the right field line. He could flat out hit.
1 ball, 1 strike count on Reimold. That's a chopper towards short. Florimon. And there's the double play. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. 4 complete here at Camden Yards with the Twins leading by 2. Orioles baseball on Masson is brought to you by Honda. Get a great deal during the really big spring event now at your Honda dealer. And by PNC Bank for the achiever in you. Speaking of the achiever in you, artistry being created there at Camden Yards. And artistry on the field, and a good one. Orioles winning the opener yesterday by a score of 9-5. Comeback win to do that. They're going to need a comeback win here. They're going to win this one. Davis did it with a grand slam yesterday. So far, he has taken a 1 for 2 with a single RBI and a strikeout. So McFarland will start the inning here. P.J. McFarland working against Ryan Doumit. 1 pitch in his major league debut in the 4th inning to get the out against Morneau. Doumit's had a good series so far. Double, single, RBI, run scored here. He's had 3 hits and 5 at bats. And shift on.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if he hits right or lefty. They shift in the infield.
That'll go to third. Big hop, Machado. 1 away. Voting for the AT&T Fans Choice bobblehead is underway. Text 1 for Wei Yin Chen, 2 Chris Davis, 3 Jason Hamill, 4 for Jim Johnson, 5 for Nate McLouth. It's 31826 to text. Voting unlimited. Standard text message rates apply. One fan who texts is going to win tickets and an on-field experience for the September 29 bobblehead game. You can cast your vote online at Orioles.com/bobblehead or at the team's official Facebook page. Here is Plouffe, and it is taken for a strike. Plouffe had a sac fly in the third inning and a strikeout victim in the second.
Yeah, TJ's not going to throw a ball at the major league level, it appears.
0-1 delivery, and there you go. All strikes, nothing but strikes.
Well, he's got a little breaking ball. That's what he got Morneau out on, and then his strength is down in the zone. 87, 89, maybe hits 90 every once in a while. Make him hit it on the grounder. A little breaking ball.
And the throw will be made.
Well,
another first.
Yeah. Now it's a game of first for him.
Yep. So McFarland.
Well, you find at this level, and I was up to 19 after coming out of A ball. He's going to be 24 in June. So there's a little breaking ball, perfectly thrown in the sense that you're ahead in the count. You don't want to bounce it. You don't mind bouncing it because you got a 2-time Gold Glove catcher behind the plate. But again, if you make your pitches at this level and you can have movement and you have good location, you're going to get people out.
Parmalee up and will take the pitch for a ball. McFarland was originally selected by the Indians, 4th round, 2007 draft out of Amos Alonzo Stagg High School in Illinois. 1-0 pitch. First major league appearance in this one. Pro season 2008 was his first. 5 years in the minors where he went 48 and 31 with a 3.83 ERA, almost all as a starter. That is fouled off and a 2-ball 1-strike count on Parmalee. So the Oriole fans get a look at T.J. McFarland.
Yeah, vying to be the second straight or consecutive Rule 5 guy. Last year it was Ryan Flaherty. Kept him all year. They're playing second base tonight for the Orioles.
And that one will just miss.
Yeah, very simple windup. Kind of rake your hands over your knees. You see him come a little bit to the right, but pretty direct to the plate.
3-1 pitch and gets the strike.
That'll get your attention if you're a Twin.
On a 3-1 count.
Yeah.
Parmalee had the big 2 RBI homer in the third inning, his first of the year.
Yeah, he said, I'm not, he hit that 3-0 fastball. He said, I'm not throwing him a fastball in the hitter's count.
3-2, and that's going to go to the hole for a base hit. And Parmalee, a big night. Walk, homer, and a single. This one with 2 down in the 5th inning.
Pretty nice at bat there. Pretty good pitch. Good result. You got the grounder. He just kind of went with it. Yeah, he had the kind of year when you hit 339 with 17 home runs and a bunch of RBIs. You're going to get a shot, especially on a team that lost 96 games.
And he's taking an early advantage of it. Dozier up, will take it outside for a ball. Sac fly RBI, and he has grounded out. 25-year-old making the start at second base with the Twins last year in 84 games. He hit .234. And now gets an opportunity to play a good deal here this season if he stays healthy. Pitch will be taken down low and a 2-0 count. Orioles are a little short on the bench for this ball game, obviously. Bringing Tillman up, sending Yamiko Navarro down. They add another pitcher to the roster, taking an infielder off the bench. Here's the 2-0 delivery and a ground ball towards short. Hardy is there. He'll make the flip to Flaherty, and that will retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. It remains a 5-3 Twins lead. Bonus for this inning only. Today's Maryland Lottery Hit It Big contestant of the game will get $500 for any Orioles home run. Catherine Majetic has already won $1,100 today. For your chance to be the Maryland Lottery Hit It Big contestant of the game, play 5-card cash and go to mdlottery.com/Orioles to enter. Good luck, Catherine. Here at Camden Yards, the Twins with the 5-3 lead in the ball game. The Orioles had a couple of runs in the first inning and jumped out to an early 2-0 lead. It then was 2-1, and then a big 4-run third inning, and the Twins on top. The Orioles bat here in the bottom of the fifth. McLouth 0 for 2 with a couple of fly ball outs.
Well, there you go. A lot of fastballs, occasional cutter, and occasional changeup.
0-1 delivery. McLouth will take the pitch inside. McLouth's got a 3-game hit streak coming into this ball game.
Yeah,
a couple of strikeouts.
Yeah, and then he hit one right on the nose, but Hicks ran it down in center field.
Here's the 1-1 delivery to him. McLouth towards the hole. Knocked down. Dozier's throw. Not in time. Beat it out.
Yeah, I think he thought he was out. One of those things, the throw was up the line enough towards the outfield that you think that maybe Morneau is going to, I mean, terrific play to even get to this ball and then gets up very quickly. But I might have called him out. But again, the throw seemed to be up. And I mean, Morneau, nope, beat it just by about a quarter of a step. I thought there was going to be a collision. And again, you have to remember, so the tie does go to the runner.
Fortunately, there was no collision. Boy, a lot of first basemen have.
Well, plus he was coming off that concussion that really slowed him down for about a year.
Broken wrists, pulled muscles on that kind of a play. Here's Manny Machado. Good night. He singled, walked, scored both times. And the Orioles pick up their 7th hit of the ball game, being out hit in the game 8-7. But the Orioles against Worley have continued to threaten here, getting the leadoff man on in the 4th. Now again in the 5th. Orioles have stranded 3. 6 have been left on by the Twins. Worley's pitch. Machado will take it. It's on the outside corner for a strike. Worley's worked hard in this ball game. Has had to, with the Orioles getting that early lead. He's battled here in his 2nd start, losing to the Tigers in his first one after a 6-9 season last year with the Phillies.
Yeah, Rick Anderson, his pitching coach, said spring early on, and he said he learned, talking about Rick Anderson, their pitching coach, he said he learned when Johan Santana had elbow surgery, you back up, it's hard to extend because you get in bad habits when your elbow hurts. You just kind of cut the ball off. So he said he got him behind the mound and had him throw uphill. And all of a sudden that extension came back.
1-1 jammed him, and that is a foul ball. Hit him in the batter's box.
See, and again, you can't get the ball to the arm side if you can't extend if you're a right-hander. Same with a lefty. So again, that little drill, and he said as the season progressed, he's talking about spring training, got a lot better. But again, I think anytime, I never had surgery, even though I tore my rotator cuff. Anytime you have bone chips and things like that, you always kind of wonder, and that's what he had to go through all winter long. But you touched the fact he's only 25. And he's better than what they had last summer.
Yeah. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Look out. And you like to see that. Not if you're the hitter, but backing off pitches are part of the game.
Well, again, I think what happened is it's a purpose in a sense that you just want to get any hitter, it happens to be Manny Machado, off the plate. Now let's see if he can execute something away, because that certainly gets your attention if you're hitting.
McLouth on at first base.
2 strikes, you're trying to cover that outside corner. That backs you off.
2-2 delivery on the way, and he went outside, and so did Machado. That'll be a base hit. Parmalee up. Wires a nice piece of hitting by the Oriole third baseman.
Oh, that's what they like so much about Manny Machado all spring long. Used the whole field. So again, they didn't throw him a breaking ball. They just tried to throw him a fastball. Watch Mara move away, but he throws it right down the middle. And then Manny, again, you know, if you're 20 years old, you'd like to hit home runs. That's how his career started, triples and home runs last year. But pretty unselfish hitting, and it's a hole over there for the right-handed hitter too when you're holding somebody on.
So the Orioles threatening again as they have 2 on. And here is Nick Markakis, who's already doubled, singled, scored a run. Came in on the error in the first inning and an unearned run. And the pitch will be taken inside for a ball. 2 for 2 in this ball game and 4 for 6 in the 2 games. One 0 count. Markakis will take it. That is there for a strike. Nick looking for his first hit with runners in scoring position. Markakis has an 0 for 5 in that right now. And he'll have good numbers in that department if the history is to be learned from.
Yeah, a lot of room in left center field. Willingham kind of playing him to hit the ball down the line, and Hicks over in right center.
And he does pick up a base hit to right. Hit hard, though. Parmalee will get it in to hold the runner. So Markakis singles. He's 3 for 3. The first 3 on in the 5th inning for the Orioles.
Yeah, hanging curveball that he just slashes into right and hits it too hard. Very difficult ballpark when you hit it this hard to score a runner, even though it's McLeod with good speed, if you hit it to right field. Not that deep a ballpark, and Parmalee on it very quickly.
There's nobody up in the bullpen.
Well, pitch count at what, 72, so it's not about pitches, it's about quality of pitches. Got to figure out.
Adam Jones coming up. Orioles down by 2, but threatening.
Look at that, 23-8, 22-9. And again, nobody out here, and already 11 in the 5th. 3rd time through the order.
Orioles gone 3 for 5 with runners in scoring position. Jones got one of those hits in the first inning.
Yeah, the average batting average going through the lineup for American and National League pitchers is about 20 points higher. That's why you have 12 and 13 man bullpens.
So the bases are loaded for Adam Jones. Worley struck him out the last time on a high fastball. Jones got the single and an RBI in the first inning. And a strike taken.
That's a good take because, again, he chased 0-2. He didn't want to get himself into a thing, and he just turned around and asked Tom Howling was that a strike. Yeah, of course it was. He called it.
Why are you asking me that? Here's the 0-1. Jones jammed. Back into the seats. And a 2-strike count.
So again, what did we talk about yesterday about the chase ratio really went down. 2 years ago he chased out of the strike zone about 44%. Last year all the way down to 39. Part of Adams' discipline. It really paid off.
Jones and Davis have combined for 21 hits, including each with a hit in this game. And that pitch is taken inside. Pretty good pitch and a 1-ball 2-strike count. Adam took a long look at that one. Orioles have loaded them up. McLeod, Machado, and Markakis all with singles. 1 hit away from tying the ball game up. 1 extra base hit away from getting the lead. Worley with a 1-2 delivery. Jones jammed again. Did he go?
Nope. No. Almost did, though. Boy, that ball ran up and in. A lot of late life for Vance Worley. Take a look. This is what they're looking at. Pretty close.
Tough take.
Yeah, definitely. Ron Coppola could have made the fans here very happy, but that was certainly borderline.
2-2. Jones reaching and a base hit up the middle. McLeod will score. Manny Machado scores, and this ball game is tied.
Very similar to what Adam did yesterday before the grand slam home run. Hit a ball into left field with 2 strikes. This just a little breaking ball. Watch him cover the plate, trying to get to the corner, and it does. But again, the ability to cut your swing down, subjugate your ego to trying to make contact. And you could see Pedro Foreman, excellent effort, but the ball gets by him.
6 RBIs on the year, and here's Davis again, an RBI base hit and a strikeout, and a timeout will be taken. Bauer will go to the mound. The bullpen is active now for the Twins. So Davis will try once again to deliver. Right now, it's the home run the fans want, Josh Renteke in the bullpen, but for Davis, it's about anything that's going to get another run across. Chris, of course, with a home run in each of the first 4, trying to become a record maker with a home run in each of the first 5 games.
And amazingly so, again, they have to pitch to him because there's runners at first and second.
And up high to him. That hit by Adam Jones, Jim, came with a couple of strikes on him. That is the 5th hit he has had with 2 strikes on him already this year.
Well, how many times have we seen him up the middle to right field, and that's what you have to do.
2-0 count. Will he get one to rip right here? Davis will put that one in the air to left field. Willingham, runners halfway. He's got it. Davis retired. And there is the first out of the inning. It's like a breath taken when he comes up by the crowd. They stand up. It almost grows quiet. And then when he records an out or something other than a home run, there's an exhale, and they sit back down again.
Well, yesterday before the grand slam, it's almost like I was amazed every time he made an out. That's how hot he's been.
Here Matt Wieters. Orioles trying to get the lead now, only 1 away. Wieters 0 for 2. And will take the pitch for a ball down low. So Wieters gets the chance. Wieters, a .294 lifetime hitter against the Twins. 4 home runs against Minnesota. He's had a couple of hits and 6 at bats in the 2 games, and takes it for a strike. There you see the numbers for the Orioles. Now 4 for 7. A goodly number of chances, only halfway through the ball game. 1-1 delivery, and Wieters will pop it up third base. Plouffe. 2 down.
Well, again, this is what the Twins wanted in a sense. They get a guy that's already won 11 games 1 year in Vance Worley, who doesn't panic when he gives up a couple of runs, because he's gone back to pitching. He reminds me, if you were a pitcher for Johnny Sain, terrific right-hander when he was the pitching coach with the White Sox Atlanta, he'd tell you a lot of times you can get people out even though it's up in the zone if it has a lot of movement, and that's what he's done to the last 2 hitters. Little cutter to Chris Davis, got underneath it, and then just a little bit extra on the fastball to get Matt Wieters.
So J.J. Hardy will try and get it done with 2 down. Orioles came in with 15 of the 29 runs they'd scored on the season, coming with 2 outs. Here in this ball game, they picked up the 2-out RBI by Davis, and now a chance to go on top if Hardy can deliver. Hardy 1 for 2 with a base hit. It is inside low, 2-0.
Well, what did Joe Madden, the Rays manager, say? He likes Hardy 6th or 7th in the batting order because he's more of an RBI guy, and that's what he brings here. You're 1 swing away in this ballpark with J.J. Hardy at the plate, because he can pull the ball and he can pull it with power.
15 home runs here, 7 on the road last year. Takes it for a strike from Worley. Count goes to 2-1. Hardy has Markakis at second base, Jones at first. Orioles 2 runs in on Jones, base hit. They've tied the ball game up. The Orioles now have 10 hits in the game. 2-1 delivery. Hardy right back to the mound, almost got knocked down with a pitcher. Got to go to first. Good play made by Dozier to record the out. So the Orioles with a couple of runs. They do it on 4 hits. 2 are left on base, and this game's tied at 5. Tie it up at 5-5. Gary Thorne, Joe Palmer with you here at Camden Yards. And Joey, how about the Orioles pitching so far?
Well, Tillman struggled. Stuff was good. Location wasn't, and the Twins took advantage of it. And T.J. McFarland, major league debut, doing exactly why they like him, sinking the ball. I didn't think he was going to throw a ball, so he gets to come in. Now he's the pitcher of record. The Orioles have tied it up, but tell you what, we had some great games this year, and the hitters, yes, exactly. Well, those sausages, they didn't send me up for hand warmers, so I went to the gloves. But anyway, again, I mean, the games in Tampa and the ones here, everybody's got their hitting shoes on. All the hitting instructors are happy for both of these ball clubs, but the pitching coaches maybe a little bit worried.
Well, great confidence by the Oriole hitters, based a lot on last year. I mean, those games they were able to win extra innings, 1 runs, comeback victories. It does matter that you have the confidence to do that, and as managers have pointed out last year and again this year, the Orioles show that in these games. Florimon up. He is a switch hitter. He had a single, drew a walk from the other side of the plate. Leads it off here in the 6th inning as McFarland will work with the ball game tied at 5. 1-1 delivery on the way and taken up high. As we said, McFarland primarily a starter over the last 3 years in the minor leagues. That's all he did. He did have a few relief appearances earlier in the minors. 3-1. Florimon waiting on it and goes after one that would have been ball 4. 3-2.
Well, a young aggressive hitter and Pedro Florimon, and again this ball runs. I mean, watch this ball run, but it is definitely out of the strike zone. He just chased it. Boy, there's a difference between
Manny Machado, 360. Gotcha.
How do you do it? How do you turn around like that, like a whirling dervish, and be able to do it? Well, I guess you practice it. Plus, he's very gifted. What did Mike Bordick said? He's got the feet.
So confident for a young player at a tough position. He just doesn't hesitate on any of it.
It's almost like, yes, that the hitting is a bonus because, again, the defense all the way into August, 24 errors. Every ball hit down there was really a challenge. And then all of a sudden he comes over and it looks like he's going to win a Gold Glove at third base or shortstop or whatever because he's so gifted defensively.
Top of the order, and the pitch will be taken outside. Another switch hitter, Hicks. Reached on a fielder's choice, thrown out by Wieters, trying to steal in the 4th inning. He has struck out and flied out. Twins and Orioles tied at 5-5. You're in game 2 of the 3-game set, and the off-speed breaking ball is a good one. Just kind of laid that one in a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Hicks has taken an 0 for 3 batting right-handed so far this season. He has had only 1 hit. Jim mentioned how he comes from a golf family, and with the start he's had, Ron Gardenhire, smiling the other day, said his dad's probably telling him, see, I told you should have taken up golf.
Well, the ball doesn't move like it does in baseball.
No.
It's a pretty nasty curveball from T.J. McFarland. That one didn't roll in.
1-2 is down low, and 2-2.
You can see he's got the pitchers, and that's why he was a starter. He's got the curveball. He's got that little changeup just missed. But again, they really, really like him.
See why? You haven't seen much here, but he's shown a couple of innings. 2-2 delivery, and he got him.
Well, a lot of late life. So 86. Okay, it's not going to light up any radar guns, but look at the fingertips, just kind of that two-seamer that just runs away. You think it's going to be in the zone, and you just can't quite get to it. And then Buck Showalter, he likes the way he pitches, but they had talent. They had talent night or talent afternoon where all the young players had to do something. And he was Harry Carey, and I was talking to him on the bus in Tampa. He said, I was just hoping some of them knew who Harry Carey was. And you mentioned he grew up in Illinois.
Listening to the Cubs' great broadcaster. Swing and a miss by Mauer. A single, 1 for 3.
Yeah, the Hall of Fame, Harry Carey.
Yes. I collect a lot of buttons along the way, and one of my favorites is still Harry's. Harry had a button that had a cow with holes in it. A lapel pin.
A cow with holes in it?
Yes, a lapel pin.
Oh.
What was Harry Carey's great words?
Holy cow.
Holy cow. So Harry had a pin, and I used to lose them all the time, and I'd go into the booth in Wrigley and say, Harry, I've done it again. Can you let me have another pin? He'd take the one off his jacket and give it to me. Here's the 0-2 delivery, and he got him, and McFarland putting on a show. 3 strikeouts, 2 in the inning, sets the side down in order. Ball game tied at 5.
Adam Jones with the infield roller, and then the error by Worley, and then here come the Twins. Roller coaster ride. Parmalee hitting 3-0, and then there Chris Davis with another RBI, 17 on the year, and Adam Jones with a couple more to tie it up 5-5. Nick Markakis, a nice little night, 3 for 3. Manny Machado, 2 for 2. And then T.J. McFarland, major league debut, Rule 5 left-hander out of the Cleveland Indians organization, who's been outstanding. Anybody's game.
And the bullpen will be gone to now as Worley, the starter, is out of there. And here's the acquired new member of this ball club, Josh Renick.
Yeah, his dad was the left fielder on a lot of our great ball clubs. Gary Renick, his brother, or actually his, I guess, uncle, but Gary's brother Ron manages Milwaukee Brewers, and we've seen Josh when he was pitching for Toronto. So he's been around. Last year, nice little year for Colorado, 4-2. He was in 63 games. Actually pitched very well, and then claimed off waivers with the Twins trying to add to their bullpen.
So Renicky, the 30-year-old right-hander, will work to Flaherty to second. Dozier bobbled up and just got it, but good. The starter, 25-year-old right-hander, Vance Worley. There are the numbers he put up.
Yeah, again, the number's not outstanding. I still like the way he pitches because it looks like he has a good idea. That throwing error, ill-advised throw in the first inning, gave the Orioles an extra run. He mixed up his pitches. End of the day, he will leave with a no decision. Or end of the night, I suppose.
Two starters, Tillman, Worley, indeed. And here's Nolan Reimold, who has popped out, hit into a double play. He is 1 for 5 in the 2 games. Renicky, a workhorse last year for Colorado. He worked more innings in relief than any other pitcher in the majors. 88 2/3. Ended up with that 4-2 record. Had 1 save. Gave up 85 hits, 88 innings. 54 strikeouts and 43 walks. Not a particularly good ratio in that department. But otherwise, pretty good.
Out of UCLA, he was a center fielder. Also played as a wide receiver. So, like his dad, Gary, very, very athletic. Nice little sinker right there. But always seemed when we saw him in Toronto, just good stuff. Maybe, again, as a young pitcher, just hadn't been able to command it. Did a nice job. Anytime you have a low ERA and you don't play all your games in Colorado, you're a survivor.
Smart man, lives in Sarasota, Florida. 2-2 delivery is swung on and missed.
Pretty nice curveball right there. Watch this ball dive.
So 2 away in the 6th inning for the Orioles, and the top of the order, Nate McLouth. Nate picked up a single in the 5th and scored 1 for 3. Now has a 4-game hit streak. Oriole RBIs. Jones has got 3. Davis has picked up 1 with a base hit and a run scored on an error. Out of the 5 runs Worley surrendered, 4 were earned. The other side of the coin, Domitz got an RBI, Plouffe with 1, Parmalee with 2, Dozier with 1. And that will be taken up high, 1-1. McLouth in that leadoff spot for the Orioles of late. One and a grounder just nubbed to short. Florimon, and that'll do it. So a good inning for Renicky coming out of the bullpen. He retires the side in order. We've gone through 6. It's 5-5. Again tomorrow for Moro's action, wrapping up the series. Jason Hamill takes the mound. He'll go against Pedro Hernandez. Our coverage on Masson 2 HD begins at 1 with O's Extra, presented by Geico, followed by game coverage at 1:30. All the access you need right here on Masson. And as we told you, Jason Hamill, of course, will make his second start, and Pedro Hernandez being called up from the minors. Those are his minor league numbers last year.
Left-handed and breathing.
Oh!
He's got a chance. Well, Pete Rose, that's what Pete Rose used to say about when he brought up left-handers. And of course now we can amplify that as we look at Jason Hamill, who's not left-handed and breathing. So he's right-handed. So you have your guy that your opening day starter. Well, Pete's theory was that there are not a lot of left-handers. There are a lot of left-handed good hitters in the major leagues, and lefties, if you're breathing and get lefties out, you're going to have a job.
Yeah. I've always thought those left-handers who aren't breathing are not particularly tough.
Oh, no. They struggle a little bit.
Josh Willingham with a 2-0 count. Willingham, Morneau, and Domet coming up here in the 7th inning.
Yeah, this is where you got to trust your sinker, and again, relax, let it sink, keep it down.
And that'll catch the outside corner. Willingham has drawn a couple of walks in the ballgame, scored a run in the 3rd inning, a strikeout victim in the 1st. He has a couple of hits in this series, 2 for 6. Down to crunch time here, 7th inning. 5-5 ball game. Orioles 10 hits, 8 on the board for the Twins. Each team's had some scoring opportunities, passed them by. Twins have left 6 on, and the Orioles have left 5.
Yeah, it's kind of like for TJ, even though this is his major league debut, is my sinker my best? Is it something you can't handle?
So 4 strikeouts, 3 in a row.
Well, again, he's not trying to reinvent himself. He's just doing what he does best, and that can be very effective, and that's why they like him. I mean, he made 3 outstanding pitchers to a real tough out after he got into a hitter's count.
He'll face Morneau. Minor league numbers, his career numbers. Left-handers hit 264 and right-handers hit 270 against him, so not much of a difference there. Able to get both righties lefties about the same.
Yeah, the only pitch that was kind of blatantly not a good one was the curveball he got Justin Morneau out. He came in, he got it up a little bit, first pitch, skied it to right field, and just about everything else has been really well located.
Morneau's 2 singles, 2 for 3, 2 runs scored. 1 down, 0-2 count. And Morneau will lift it in the air against the shift the other way and foul.
And there's another one that was up a little bit. Most valuable player, 2006.
Third-round pick back in '99. He proved well worth the effort. Here's the 0-2 delivery to him, and he goes down swinging. Wieters the toss to Davis. 5 strikeouts, 4 in a row. Experience Oriole Park in an exciting new way when you pick up an Oriole Park 5-bagger suite program for one low price. You'll get the catered suite, 5 games against the Yankees or Red Sox, parking, VIP treatment. No better way to entertain guest colleagues and make a statement. Space is limited. Call 410-547-6173. Go to Orioles.com/suites. 2 down here in the 7th inning. Domet. Got him! Oh, Machado with a play! Right on the money, and the Orioles' third baseman continues to flash the leather. Domet is retired, and McFarland a 1-2-3 inning. Manny Machado, I can do that. Ball game remains tied at 5. 7th inning stretch time from Camden Yards.
By Miller Lite. It's not just a good time, it's Miller time. 5-5 ball game from Camden Yards. Manny Machado will lead it off for the Orioles. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Thank you, Gary. Nice for you to make it back. It's Miller time, by the way.
There's a lot that could be said about that. I'm just going to leave it right where it is. Here's
it's the type of guy you are.
That's exactly right. It was Miller time. And the pitch will be taken down low. Manny Machado, 1-1 strike count. What are the chances of the guy making that great defensive play leading off the next game?
Never seen it happen. First time ever.
1 out of 9, actually. 1-1 strike count. And that pitch going to be taken for a strike. Here he is.
Yeah, well, again, I had the great pleasure, luxury of having Brooks Robinson make that play, and bang, bang. The only way you can make it, pick it up perfectly, and then you got to have a little zip on it. Nice little stretch by Chris Davis.
Popped up behind second base, shallow center. Hicks. Machado is retired. 1 down, bottom half of the 7th inning. First time they've gotten him out of there. Top of the order has really done a number here with McLouth reaching on a base hit scoring. Machado's been on 3 times, scored all 3. Markakis has been on all 3 times, 3 for 3. He scored a run. Jones has been on with a couple of singles, 3 RBIs, 2 out of 3. Big night for the top 4 in the order. Glenn Perkins in the bullpen.
He's their closer.
Jared Burton, their setup man, not available for the ball game last night. He had thrown both Wednesday and Thursday, and Ron Gardner did not want to use him again. Burton is available tonight.
Yeah, Josh Renicky really making some good pitches. Actually born right here in Baltimore back in 1982. And then as bad as we mentioned, not only an outfielder, part of the at least his first year platoon with John Lowenstein, where he hit like 39 home runs between them.
1-1 delivery, and that's going to be taken by Markakis. Nick with a big 3-hit ball game. Now has picked up 5 hits in the 7 at bats he's had in this series, adding to the Orioles offense. 2-ball, 1 strike count. Orioles battling back from a 5-2 deficit to tie it up, and now trying to find the lead. Great pitch buried down and in, 2-2.
Now Josh is a tall kid. I'm talking to him. He's 6'3", so again, if you can stand tall and get on top of your breaking ball, and Nick Markakis is a good breaking ball hitter, it's still tough to get the bat head to. And that curveball went straight down, and he threw it 2-1. That means he'll throw it at any time.
2-2 is going to be fouled back over the screen. Count will remain at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the battle enjoined late in the ball game. Bullpen's in charge. Tillman 5 runs 7 hits 3 2/3. Worley 5 runs 4 earned 10 hits over 5. The 2 starters non-decision. 2-2 delivery. Markakis just decided to go after it in time.
Yeah, when you look at Josh Renicky's resume, minor league and in the major leagues, over 350 games, never ever started a game. Not one start. Not a spot start.
No.
Not an emergency start. None of those.
You are a reliever. Markakis on a 2-2. And he's got another base hit. That's going to go into the corner. Digging. Parmalee over. Markakis on his way to second. He'll go in with a double for the Orioles with 1 down. And a 4-hit ball game.
Yeah, he flicked that curveball foul, and then they tried to throw a fastball by him. Not tonight. Look at him try to come in, and it's on the inside third of the plate. Watch this ball. Watch that bat head. That's what hitting's all about. You start at point A, that's triggering the bat, and B is contact.
He has had 1 5-hit game in his career. He's got 4 in this one, and more importantly, he represents the potential go-ahead run. And the RBI man tonight for the Orioles, Adam Jones. He's driven in 3 with 2 singles, 2 for 3 in the ball game. He's hit safely in all 5 games, and there's only 1 down. Renick's delivery to him in the dirt. Good stop made by Mauer. The Orioles, they've gone 4 for 9 with runners in scoring position, leaving 5 on base. Adam Jones has 2 of those 4 hits. You see what he's done so far in this series. 5 RBIs, 625 average. What a start for Adam Jones. He's hitting .545 overall, and that one powered back, foul ball.
Yeah, the breaking ball he hit for the two RBIs in the 5th inning with 2 strikes. Wonderful hitting. Just kind of took it right back up the middle.
5 hits when he's had a couple of strikes on him so far. Major league average just in that 179 mark last year. Whenever a hitter had 2 strikes on him. Here's the 1-1 delivery by Renick, and the ball in the air to right field down the line. Parmalee coming. He'll get there in fair territory. Markakis will tag but can't go. Big strong arm of Parmalee to the cutoff man.
That kind of heaved it to the middle of shortstop position, where Florimon leaped and caught it.
Davis got it in him again. You take a look at our Jeep Inside the Numbers. 17 RBIs, the most RBIs through a team's first 5 games since 1921. First base is open. Would you walk him and face Wieters?
I don't know. We're going to see, I guess. I mean, you can certainly make your decision. You know, it's interesting. It just happens that, you know, we always talk to Buck Showalter before the game. He said, I never go out there and never have and never will tell a guy, hey, pitch around him, whatever. Either you're going to walk him or you're not. Because otherwise it's just kind of like handing Tiger Woods the golf club on 18 with a 1-stroke league in the U.S. Open, saying, well, don't hit in the water. Just make the decision for him.
So we'll see what it is.
It's not an easy decision, because it's not like Matt Wieters, who came in hitting .429, is not swinging the bat well.
He's hit in the first 4 games, and Mauer looks like they're going to go after Davis. We'll see if they give him anything to hit. Chris Davis, RBI base hit, 1 for 3. Trying to hit a home run in each of the first 5 games of the season. And make a little baseball history if he can do so.
And the first pitch was away. Vance Worley had a little success going in on him. All the home runs have been out over the plate.
1-0 delivery, stayed away and just missed. Renick thought he might have caught that first strike, but didn't get the call. 2-0. Davis has also had 11 home runs in the last 11 ball games, going back to last season, regular season games. He wants an RBI right here, would give the Orioles the lead. Renick with a 2-0 delivery and taken, and that's going to miss. 3-0.
Well, he talked about it in Tampa Bay, as hot as he is. Part of the process over 162 games for a good team offense is to take a walk. And if that's what they want to do, let Wieters try to drive in the run. But again, 3-0. We've already seen it. Parmalee's home run could be hitting.
3-0 delivery to him. Davis will take it. They weren't going to give him anything to swing at. So Renick surrenders the walk, first and second with 2 down. It's only the second walk the Orioles have picked up in the ball game. That'll leave it up to Matt Wieters for the inning. Wieters 0 for 3 in the game. Couple of hits, 7 at bats in this series. Good secondary lead at second base for Markakis. They are not holding him, representing the potential go-ahead run, and swings through the slider and a strike.
It's a plus breaking ball. We've seen that from Josh Renicky tonight. It's not a breaking ball that meanders in the middle of the hitting zone. If he gets on top of it, it goes down pretty quickly.
Here's the 0-1 delivery. Wieters 254 with runners in scoring position last year.
Yeah, year before, Gary hit 323, but the RBIs went up last year. Hit 80 RBIs, so if that average, and that's one of the things we talked about, that the Orioles as a team could collectively do better, which is, you know, just maybe bring that average up 10 points.
1-1 count, runners off first and second base. Wieters in the air. That is not deep. Bad read. Willingham diving and makes the catch. He did not get a good jump on that ball, but he caught it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 are left on base. We remain tied. The home of Orioles spring training, also a destination for culinary adventure. From fresh local seafood to an array of Zagat-rated restaurants. Learn more. Visit SavorSarasota.com. From Sarasota to Camden Yards and a 5-5 ball game. Gary Thorne, Jim Palmer with you. Great job by T.J. McFarland. He'll be relieved by Darren O'Day.
It has been terrific, and it was terrific last year. 5-0 record here at Camden Yards. Well, again, the Under Armour. There's the pen. A little bit of a struggle down in Tampa, which is unusual. And then for T.J. McFarland, I don't know if you can be any better. What a debut that was.
Major League debut, 3 1/3. He gave up nothing, 1 hit, no walks, 5 strikeouts. It was outstanding, and went against the middle of that order to finish it up. McFarland with 40 pitches thrown really pulled him through after Tillman went 3 2/3. Here is Trevor Plouffe. He will take the pitch for a strike. Plouffe, RBI, sac fly, has struck out the other 2 times he has come to the plate. O'Day last year had a couple of games against the Twins, gave up 3 runs on 4 hits and just an inning worked. And the pitch will be taken down low. 1 ball, 1 strike count. We're in the 8th inning. Right back with you tomorrow. Day game 1:30. Goes extra at 1. Will the Orioles be trying to get the series win or a sweep? Still to be decided. And a strike, 1 and 2.
Yeah, last year, they won the first 3 here and then split the 4-game series in Minnesota. 5-2 on the season.
Orioles with 2 wins in a row. Davis, the big story everyone's watching individually tonight, has not had that 5 home runs in 5 games to start a season yet. And whether he gets another at bat, we'll see. Depends on probably whether this game ends up in the bottom of the 9th inning. 2-2 delivery. Popped him up first base. Will there be room? Wieters, Davis, Wieters. Can't get it.
And that's going to be scored, I would imagine, an error, because almost always makes that play. A lot of backspin. And Chris Davis was on the run. Probably could have made it. Probably an easier angle for him, and just the play he usually makes and doesn't. And I think maybe he thought he was a little closer to the railing than he was.
So that will keep the at-bat alive for Plouffe. That's why the error is charged. O'Day will try and pick up his catcher.
And of course, Plouffe hit 24 home runs last year.
2-2 delivery, and he hit him. So it matters, as keeping the at-bat alive results in the leadoff man getting on base here in the 8th inning. And it is time to text in your vote for the AT&T Player of the Game. The candidates today: Manny Machado. He scored 3 times, but on 3 in the ball game. TJ McFarland with the great relief effort we just showed you, and Nick Markakis. Nick has had a perfect day. 4-hit game with a run scored. Text in your vote: A, B, or C. 31826. So we'll get a pinch runner. This is Eduardo Escobar, who will come on to run at first base, representing a potential go-ahead run here in the 8th inning. They get some more speed out there.
Yeah, he started at shortstop, got a couple of hits for him yesterday. 20 stolen bases is the high. A couple of years ago, 13 down in AAA.
Parmalee coming to the plate. A home run in the 3rd inning, his first of the year. 2 for 2 and a walk in the game. Manny Machado will move in at third base. Nobody out here in the 8th. And he will take the pitch, and it is in there for a strike. For O'Day last year, left-handers hit only 207 off him, and right-handers only 200. Gave up 6 home runs, 4 to the lefties. Machado will back up now as part of the shift, move over towards the shortstop hole. Escobar back to the bag. Real good ball game. Each team's had an opportunity to have the lead in it. They battle back. The Orioles down by 3, the biggest lead of the ball game. The Twins had it and lost it. 0-1 delivery. This is outside. 1-1 from O'Day. Escobar sneaking behind Davis for the lead at first. 1 ball, 1 strike count. And that's going to miss down low. Now we'll go to 2-1 on Parmalee.
Yeah, the first fastball he threw right on the corner, and that went a couple of inches off the plate.
O'Day taking a look over.
Yeah, the cat and mouse game for a right-hander with a left-handed guy with a quick bat, we've already seen it with a home run, is that where can I throw the ball where he can't hit it by my first baseman in the right field? Because with nobody out, tie ball game, they're trying to get that runner to third with less than 2 outs, score them where they don't have to get a base hit. And left-handed hitters try to hook it right in the hole by the first baseman.
2-1 delivery on the way and swung through it. Good pitch by O'Day. 2 ball, 2 strike count.
Again, his 2.20 ERA, and that ball right on the outside corner. Young hitter, maybe just off the outside part of the plate. Chases.
Scott Alger, first base coach, having a chat between pitches with Escobar, the runner. 2 ball, 2 strikes. Runner not going, and 3-2.
Yeah, that ball's up an inch or 2. He couldn't pull the trigger. You could see him diving in to try to catch and cover that outside corner.
So 3-2. Let's see if Gardenhire will run Escobar with nobody out here. He's got a pretty good lead over there. 3-2. Runner goes. Swung on it in the air to right field. And Markakis has it lined up. Runner back, one down, eighth inning. Follow the Orioles all season long with MLB.com at bat for your iPhone, iPad, Android. Get scores, stats, highlights, live audio, and more. Text at bat 31826 or visit Orioles.com for details. So O'Day gets the out, coming back on Parmalee. Now Dozier. Brian Dozier, RBI sac fly, 0 for 2.
Yeah, well, they hit and run here if the count gets in his favor.
3 hits in 13 at bats so far for Dozier. And that's outside. Maybe my imagination, but in these games with Davis with a runner on at first and holding off the bag, it looks like the runners get maybe a half step bigger lead, because I think they judge it by Davis rather than by the bag. And it's not just the speedsters on there now, Escobar. They all seem to go a little extra half step. They get that front foot off the cut of the grass.
Yeah, well, that's when you know that when you look at the cut of the ground, and of course that cut of the grass could be different in different ballparks. Yeah. But here, when they're a foot or so to the second base side, it's a pretty substantial lead. And then again, like we said, 20 stolen bases in the minor leagues, that's A ball. And in the big leagues, 13s, or in AA or AAA when you get a little bit higher. But that's a substantial lead, and he has good speed, we saw yesterday.
I'm surprised he hasn't gone. And a 1-ball, 2-strike count on Dozier.
You just do not see pitchers with the release point that Darren O'Day has.
From the earth.
Oh, well, it's down there.
1-ball, 2-strike count. And again, the throw over.
Yeah, Liam Hendricks is from Australia, but Darren Day is from down under too. Maybe not Todd Froworth or some of the other submariners. Chad Bradford, who pitched for the Orioles for a number of years.
Wore out a pair of pants every game he pitched with his knee scraping. 1-2 delivery. Runner stays. Popped up. Leaders. No room.
Yeah, want to do a tone for the drop pop-up.
$40,704 the attendance for game 2. 40,704. Just a great crowd here, and they're seeing a great game. 1-ball, 2-strike count on Dozier. He's hanging. O'Day trying to find a way to get him out of there. Escobar not going, and he did.
Yeah, the breaking ball away, he was able to foul off, and then he throws one right at his front hip. You could see him trying to hack because he had the feeling he was going to come back over the plate. And there you go, a little breaking ball right at you, trying to hit that inside corner, which is what it does. And again, the speed fools him.
So that's 10 strikeouts that the Oriole pitchers have recorded on the season. Now the Twins have already struck out 48 times. 2 down. There goes the runner. Here's Wieters' throw right there. He got him. Now Wieters making a difference in this game with that arm. He has caught 2 speedsters, Hicks in the 4th inning and Escobar here in the 8th. That retires the side, and it remains a tie ball game. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield will contribute $50 to support the Y of Central Maryland's Foot and Fin program. To date, the Orioles have drawn 15 walks for a total of $750. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle.
There we go. Color-coded Orioles sign.
Great crowd. Big walk-up for the ball game tonight. And again, these games, first 5, have really been ball games, fans games to watch and enjoy with a lot going on in them. Here's J.J. Hardy, bottom of the 8th inning. Renicky will bounce it for a ball. Hardy with a single, 1 for 3. The Orioles trying to get at least 1 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Try and put this ball game away. They'll keep the bullpen active.
The Oriole closer looks like Jim Johnson getting loose for the Orioles.
Renicky gets it in, pop back, no play, 1-1.
Well, Renicky and McFarland, respectively for their teams, have kind of quelled, at least for the moment, the offensive uprising that was going on tonight. There is Jim Johnson.
The bullpens have gotten it done in this game. Starters surrendering all of the runs, and one big unearned run the Orioles got in the first inning. Check swing. They want to check. Nope. Ron Culpa down at first base. The unearned run came on the single by Jones that drove in a run, and then with the pitcher heaving one away, it allowed Marquez to come in and score on the error charge to Worley in that first inning. 2-1 delivery. Chopper to third. That's foul.
Pretty nice pitch, because Joe Mauer, who's catching, and Josh Renicky knows fastballs on the inside half, and this game will no longer be tied. So he throws him a curveball. And when you can do that, that's when JJ knows he can throw the unexpected.
4 for 20 for Hardy. 3 RBIs, a homer. Matt Wieters, who's had the 2 big caught stealings in this game. And they've really mattered. 2 ball, 2 strike count. Outfield, of course, very deep here in the bottom of the 8th. Hardy will take it down low. So the count is full, 3-2. Renicky's 3-2 pitch, and that grounded to short. Gobbled up. Foreman's throw. 1 away. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Orioles may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. Ryan Flaherty coming up. Flaherty 0 for 3, 0 for 6 in the 2 games, and looking for his first hit of the year. He is 0 for 9 overall. 1 down, nobody on. And that'll be taken down low for a ball.
Yeah, Jim Presley, again, the batting instructor, said just try to have some quality swings. We've seen tonight very anxious early on in the count. So again, try to relax, extra hitting, let the ball travel. You know how they're going to try to get you out. A lot of breaking balls, a lot of changeups. Renicky, the better curveball, hasn't, that I can recall, thrown a changeup tonight.
1 ball, 1 strike count. So many off-speed pitches to Flaherty. He almost has to sit on an off-speed rather than a fastball. Fouls it off, and to get a piece of Mauer, 1-2.
Well, you do have that option, and then again, that was a fastball, and he was late on it because he's been seeing so many breaking balls. He'll take again, and it's pretty much thigh-high middle of the plate. And then skips under and gets him somewhere in the leg.
Here's the 1-2 delivery to him and struck him out. So Renicky gets his second strikeout, 2 down in the 8th inning.
Yeah, the big curveball stays up a little bit, but it's such a good hook. So even up, it's going down a little bit, and he's just way out in front of it.
Reimolds had an 0 for 3. 1 hit, 6 at bats in the series. He's now 3 for 13 on the year. 2 down, nobody on. Renicky up high with it for a ball.
Yeah, batting practice indicated how you're going to hit in the game. He'd be 3 for 3 with 3 home runs. You keep wondering, the nerve injury and the nerve operation in the neck last year. And he was hitting the ball a long, long way. Which proves to me he's getting a little bit healthy, which is good to see.
I think he feels pretty good. It's a matter of timing now, getting the swing back. Here's the 1-1 delivery on the way, and that'll be foul back. And a 1-ball, 2-strike count.
Nolan Reimold, I remember when he came through the minor leagues and up to the big leagues. Terry Crowley, the hitting instructor at the time, now a hitting consultant, said he's one of our few guys that can hit home runs without trying. And we saw that last year. Had 5 home runs and 64 at bats before the injury with 6 doubles.
1-2 delivery, fouled that one, bounced up and caught him, and the count will stay at a ball and 2 strikes. Reimold desperately trying to get in a full season, get back, play a lot of left field and/or DH for the Orioles this year. If he can get that power back, obviously it would be real important as part of the Orioles offense. 1 ball, 2-strike count to him. Renicky with a delivery, and that'll be popped up almost in the batter's box. That is handled by Mauer, and that's it. So Renicky retires the side in order. 8 complete here at Camden Yards, and it's 5-5. Baseball on Masson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. Gary Thornton, Jim Palmer, Camden Yards. We go to the 9th inning, 5-5 ball game. Good offense in the game early, and then the bullpens have shut it down, and the Orioles go to their closer.
Well, they do. On the theory, even though it's a tie ball game, you hope he comes in, he pitches well, and then you get to win it in the bottom of the 9th inning. Couple of saves down in Tampa, first game and the 3rd game. And that really did not have a very good spring and really wasn't that sharp in Tampa Bay, but again 51 saves last year. And the big thing as far as I'm concerned is that with his 3 pitches, curveball, great sinker and changeup, if he's healthy he's going to figure it out.
Here is Jamie Carroll, who will come on as a pinch hitter for Florimon in the number 9 spot. Carroll, a 39-year-old veteran infielder, to be followed by Hicks and Mauer at the top of the order. And Jim Johnson's pitch will be in there for a strike. Last year, Carroll's first year with the Twins at 268. Played in 138 ball games for Minnesota. And the pitch to him is outside. Foreman had a 1 for 2 and a walk the time he was in there. Carroll 1 for 5 lifetime off Johnson. Pitch is outside and a 2-ball 1-strike count.
So you're seeing sink. Carroll in a hitting count at 2-1. Something we didn't see a lot. It just didn't seem like he had the good sinker. But again, still had the 2 saves.
Ground ball right back to the mound. Carroll retired.
Yeah, Jim Johnson about 6'5", big guy, 6'5", 6'6", and when he gets tall, the ball goes down. When he gets underneath it, it stays up and it becomes more hittable. And again, blowing on his hands because it is I guess we would call that a cold night for baseball.
54 when we started. Here is Aaron Hicks. Hicks with the 0 for 4 in the game. Leadoff batter. He has not had a hit in the series, going 0 for 9 on the year. Only 1 hit, 1 for 21. Switch hitter will take it down low for a ball. Double barrel action. Burton is the setup man and Glenn Perkins the closer. Johnson with a 1-0 delivery. That will be in there for a strike. O'Day worked an inning, a strikeout and a hit batter. McFarland 3 1/3, no runs, a hit, no walks, 5 strikeouts, and turned away on a strike. Caught the inside corner, 1-2.
Yeah, again, that late life. We've seen a changeup and a 1-0 count, and then he just throws one at his hip and lets it run back and hit the inside corner. And again, with a young hitter, this is a place where you can usually get him out without having to throw a strike.
The 1-2, he stays off.
Yeah, nice take.
2-ball 2-strike count on Hicks. Orioles 2 runs in the first inning, got the lead. Twins got 1 in the second. They added 4 more in the third inning and jumped out to a 5-2 lead in the ball game. Orioles battle back, got this thing tied up. Adam Jones has had a big ball game with 3 RBIs. That'll go to first base and under the glove. Davis playing it on the side, had it go through, and Hicks is on with an error.
Second error of the night for the Orioles. Take a look right here. And it just doesn't get the glove down. Frustrated. Everybody I talked to, whether it's Bobby Dickerson, the third base coach, infield coach, Mike Bordick, one of our colleagues, just saying that really trying to work to stay down on balls. It's talk about it all the time. Brooks Robinson once said, when I first came to the big leagues, before I won 16 straight gold gloves, hardest thing to do was to stay below the hop. You can always come up, but you can't go down.
The ever dangerous Joe Mauer. Mauer a 1 for 4 single in the ball game, and the speedster Hicks on at first base. With Willingham waiting on deck. Long look over to third base. Joe Vavra, third base coach. 1 away. Runner not going, and the pitch is taken for a strike. You see, first 104 games, 84 errors, most in the majors. Final 58, the Orioles turned it all around. 22 errors, fewest in the majors. A lot of that had to do with Manny Machado coming up, playing at third base.
And they moved Mark Reynolds across to the diamond, and he was an outstanding first baseman.
The 0-run delivery, Mauer going for the big one.
Yeah, good changeup. Bottom dropped out. So I'm not sure you want to send Hicks, and here you go again. That ball just goes straight down, and it looks so much like his fastball that's about 7 miles per hour faster, maybe 7 to 9 miles per hour fastball. hard to get the read on it. And then the movement underneath the bat head.
0-2 the count on Mauer. Hicks has maintained that lead, has not tried to go. He got caught in the 4th inning. Not going here, and Mauer is gone.
Back-to-back changeups, and great ones. And that's the kind of pushes it takes to get Joe Mauer out. And once again, watch that ball just plummet.
Wieters out to talk to Jim Johnson as Willingham will come up with a runner on and 2 down. Willingham against Jim Johnson, 1 for 4 lifetime. Willingham in this game has picked up a couple of walks and struck out twice. He did score a run in the 3rd inning after picking up one of those free passes.
Was the 1 for 4 a home run? I hope not.
No.
Okay.
Runner off first base. Willingham will take it. It's going to be a ball. Infield playing him to pull. 1-0 delivery. Inside on the hands. He lets it go. 2-0. Morneau's the on-deck batter if the inning continues. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and that's going to miss. And the count will go to 3-0.
Yeah, 3 pitches. He just couldn't quite get the release to get him to sink. All around the letters.
3-0 count with 2 down. Runner on at first. Willingham will wait on it and walked him on 4 straight. So that will push that potential go-ahead run down to second base with 2 away. Put 2 on here. And bring up Morneau. Morneau also a 1 for 4 off Jim Johnson. Couple of hits, first 2 times up at singles and scored. Both times he got on. Has since flied out and struck out. Twins 1 for 4, runners in scoring position in the ball game. We're in the 9th inning of a tie game, 5 in a row out of the strike zone. Against Jim Johnson last year, the lefties hit .225, the right-handers only .214. 1-0 delivery. Way outside, and that'll bring Wieters out.
Yeah, I think the first pitch was a strike. Tom Hallion didn't call it, so Matt will come out. Underneath all the pitches to Willingham, and then it is so simple when you're big and tall, I don't care how good you are, to lose your release point. And when you do, it's frustrating. You can't aim it. You know that's not going to work. You've had enough times in your career where it just doesn't work.
Here's the 2-0 delivery. Morneau waiting and fouls it away. Dustin Morneau, 6 hits on the year and 17 at bats, has not picked up an RBI yet. He has crossed the plate, scoring some runs for the times he's gotten on, but still after the RBI. Two ball, 1 strike count, and a timeout asked for
and a late
granted.
I've never understood that, how you can even contemplate when a pitcher's starting his windup and the hitter has to ask for it to give him timeout.
That was real close. Runners off first and second, and the 2-1. Morneau to the middle. That is going to get through for a base hit. Hicks is going to score. And an RBI single, the first run batted in for Justin Morneau. He gets it in the top of the 9th to give the Twins a 1-run lead.
Yeah, Flaherty playing way up the middle. It looks like it's just a changeup. So that's 3 hits tonight on changeups. And he just finds a hole. Ryan Flaherty trying to knock it down. Even if he knocked it down, I think Hicks, with his speed, is going to score. Running on contact.
So the Twins back on top 6-5. And they have runners at first and third for Domet. Domet's picked up a couple of hits, single, double, 2 for 4, an RBI, robbed of a hit by Machado. Madison, the bullpen, the left-hander for the Orioles. There are 2 away. Big 2-out hit by Morneau. There's the 1-0 delivery, and that's going to miss. 2-0.
Yeah, Rick Adair, the Oriole pitching coach, must see something. And again, that the error by Davis, the extra out. Twins take care of it. So you talk about the fact all the time, for somebody that comes in and is very efficient, when the pitch count gets to 18-22.
Bullpen people can have troubles. Buck Showalter talking about the pen before the game today. Always concerned about keeping the innings under control.
I think it's very unusual, Peter, to have that many guys pitching at a high level last year, where we could pass it around and, okay, it's your turn, it's your turn. You know, we could move it. You know, obviously, there were some guys that we felt a little more comfortable with at certain situations, but, you know, to think that's going to happen purely blueprint like that, you know, history would tell you of non-closer parts of the bullpen, it's pretty volatile.
This has been true over the last few years in particular, with all the work bullpens get. 2-1 delivery on the way, and on the inside corner for a strike.
Well, whatever Rick Adair told him, it's back-to-back moving sinkers for strikes.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Domet waiting, and he goes down swinging. But the Twins will pick up a run. They do it on 1 hit, an error. Leave 2 on. Bottom of the 9th. Orioles down 1.
With us, we're coming right back with those extra post game. Bottom of the 9th coming up. The Orioles now down by a run, but they've been swinging the bats well all night.
Well, the good thing is the top of the order's coming up, Jimmy. Nick Markakis already has 4 hits on the night. Adam Jones with 2 and 2 big RBIs. They had to come from behind to tie it at 5. Let's see if they can come from behind again.
Well, the Orioles have played good defense over the first week of the season. A big error in the 9th inning helping Minnesota. Let's see how it turns out. Back upstairs to Gary and Jim.
And absolutely right on the defense. That costly error in the 9th inning resulting in the unearned run. 2 left on base, 6-5, bottom of the 9th inning, and it will be the closer, Glenn Perkins.
Well, you can see already 1-0 this year, and again only 1 inning, 1 strikeout. Last year became the closer, 12 out of 13. You know, and Robinson Cano jettisoned Scott Boras to go to Jay-Z, said, my agent's going to be Dwight Yoakam, obviously a country western fan.
It's a great line. Carroll's going to stay in the ball game at third base, and Escobar, who came in earlier, will move to short.
And he tweeted it, of course.
Of course. So here we go, bottom half of the 9th inning. Renicky, a chance to be a winner after working 3 innings, giving up only 1 hit. He walked 1 and he struck out 2. Orioles have out-hit the Twins 11-9, but down a run.
They out-erred them.
Yeah.
That's the difference at this point.
And the pitch will be fouled back by Nate McLouth.
Yeah, Glenn Perkins has a nice arm. I mean, he's going to throw it anywhere from 90 to 94.
McLouth 197 off left-handers last year. Takes it for a strike. Perkins gets ahead 0-2. McLouth, Manny Machado, and Markakis due up for the Orioles here in the ninth. 40,000 plus in the ballpark, making some noise. Up high, and it goes to 1-2.
Now you go all the way back to 2008 as a starter. He was 12-4. But over the last couple of years, he's become a reliever. In 2011, 65 games, ERA of under 2.5 runs a game. So very comfortable out of the bullpen.
Little bloop. That's got spin at short. McLouth charging and got him. Nice play by Escobar with McLouth firing down the line.
Now you got to make sure it doesn't spin right or left. But again, when you get jammed a little bit harder to get out of the box, and then Escobar didn't really see his arm yesterday. You could see that spin go right. Strong arm and very accurate. And again, very close too. By a half a step.
Always amazing, the umpires. Those calls 99% of the time so close, and they're all right. Pitch will be taken inside for a ball. Here's Machado. Big night. 2 singles, a walk, 3 runs scored, and he has flied out. Perkins with a 1-0 delivery to him. That'll be outside for a ball.
Yeah, Glenn Perkins, who went to school at the University of Minnesota, born in Minnesota, been trying to save a game for Minnesota and his Twins.
Here's the 2-0 delivery in there. Updating you on the voting to the AT&T Player of the Game. There are the results so far. Text in your vote, A, B, or C, 31826. Results in the O's Extra postgame show. Perkins with a 2-ball, 1-strike delivery. Manny Machado up high. Perkins has not fared particularly well against the Orioles. He's had 3 game starts, ERA of 6.75 against the Orioles. He's given up 25 hits in 20 innings and 15 earned runs. 3-ball, 1-strike count. Manny Machado towards the gap, right center, not deep, charging, diving, nice play. So Armley coming on, sliding, and gets it.
So he's going to do it all tonight. Already a 2-run home run. We're hitting 3-0. Eyes never ever leave the ball, right into the heel of the glove. Again, a young player, you hear about him, but you don't get to see him. Acquitted himself very nicely through the first 2 games of this series.
That'll bring up Nick Markakis of all the Orioles. He has the best numbers against Perkins, 5 for 8. He's had a 4-hit ball game tonight with 2 doubles, 2 singles, and a run scored. He is now 8 for 22. Perkins trying to finish it off. One-0 delivery. 2-0.
And Maurer tried to steal a strike, moved it a couple of inches back into the zone.
Jim Johnson, the unearned run charge to him in that 9th inning. Here's the 2-0 delivery in the air, center field. Hicks is there. Ball game is over, and the Twins have won it. A come from behind win as they get one in the 9th inning. Good enough to finish it off and set up the rubber match for tomorrow. There's your final line: 6-9-1, 5-11-2 for the Orioles. Join us again tomorrow. It's the finale and the rubber match, as Jason Hamill will be taking to the mound, looking to pick up another win for the Orioles against Pedro Hernandez. Coverage 1 o'clock, Masson 2 HDO's Extra, presented by Geico. Game action at 1:30. This has been a Masson presentation. Jim and Rico's Extra, presented by PNC. Coming up right now for Jim Palmer and all of our crew, I'm Gary Thorne. Adieu.